Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. With a sunrise spark, fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Grand Rising people. How everybody doing this morning? I hope today you all well and blessed. Blessed meaning that you have food in your stomach and shelter over your head and your everyday needs are met. That's blessed. If you got anything extra than that, you are doing the damn thing. You're doing it good. Because a lot of people are struggling these times just to have that. I'm telling you. I ain't going to keep you long before we get into show starts. I just want to say a few condolences and rest in peace is to family, friends, and loved ones. I know I want to say Gerald Wood, rest in peace. We found out we lost him yesterday morning. he succumbed to his illnesses. Gerald Wood, and I'm giving a moment of silence and peace because that was my uncle by marriage, but that was my sister's biological uncle. I don't feel like I have to give the disclaimer. Can I just say, just uncle? People gonna be like, hey, I don't know about this one or that one. That's why you don't know about this one, and you think the other uncles is the other ones. But he was still a part of the family. He was love. Look, marriage make you a whole, right? So when my mother married his brother, that made us all, like whole family, like I said. And those are my sister's biological bloodlines, So I'm not kin by blood, but by love. I'll say that. But still, with that being said, I want to give him a moment of silence. Rest in peace, Gerald. And I also want to reflect and give a moment of silence to my little cousin. Again, that's my cousin by marriage, but it's by love. Davion Brandon. I know him since he was little. That was Tyree's hanging buddy. Since they was little in junior high school. And before that, and his anniversary was June the 1st. It was the same day that my cousin's birthday is. So, and that was a hard pill to swallow. Her husband found out that he lost his nephew while they were celebrating the wife's birthday. It's your wife's birthday, and you find out you lost your nephew at the same time. That is a hurting thing. But I want to give him a moment of reflection as well. That was and there was a senseless taking of that young man's life. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time and with the wrong people. It's tragic. He wasn't even sick or nothing. It's just sad when your life get cut short because of somebody else's ignorance. It's sad when we pass anyway from normal health or sickness, but something like that's doubly sad. But rest in peace, Davion. I miss you too. Okay, like I said, I just give a moment of reflection because I can't spend too long. Can't spend it too long. Molly Mall, you want to say anything? Great Rising, Molly Mall, to our super producer.
Rising, what up, Woo? Woo, first one in here.
Woo was
What
waiting.
we got up in here? Like, share, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Turn Up Tuesday.
Turn Up Tuesday.
Yes, all the losses we done took. Praise up. Gotta live for them people now. Our time coming eventually. So
I know, right?
Moting and feeling bad all day and all week and all year. Because you can be next.
That's right. So we got to turn up and live because we realize life is a what? It's a gift. That's why it's called the present. It's the gift. And we turn up and we celebrate and we do what we can while we can for any and everybody. Everybody should be in good, joyous spirit occasions that we still here, that we can make a difference, do something or share some love with somebody that's needing or deserving of it. And that's what I'm going to say. Woo! That's like, ooh, it just lift. You ever felt like something just ain't right, and then something gets to staring, and then you find out, oh, that's what it was. That you can feel others hurting in the universe. That's the empathy that I feel empathy for people. But baby, let me tell y'all something. On a lighter note, you need to get Shades of Blue by AM Morning and some Molly Moss Sea Moss. This is the time of the year that I suffer with my allergies and everything. I don't know if y'all can see my eyes. I don't have much of eyes, but they leaking and stuff. And that's because it was blooming or whatever outside and air condition time. I noticed that the air condition That's not good air, but I need it. It may not be good for you, but these fans wasn't getting the job done. And it's supposed to be a burner. One day this week, they said a burner is coming. So anybody that ain't got no AC, you welcome to come on over here to chill with me. I hope my AC is be working because they said that it's going to be in the 90s, going to be one of those burners coming this week. I don't know what day it's coming, but woo, between the storms and the chills, now we can get a burner. Y'all stay, your immune system got to stay up. That's why y'all don't know one day to the next. One day it's cold, next day it's going to be hot and you sweating. And y'all know how colds and all that other stuff do. But if you take and build your immune system up, if that good old Molly Mall sea moss in you, you'll be all right because it helps fortify that immune system. For those that can take it, you'll be all right. But Molly, guess what I got? Guess what came in the mail yesterday?
What you got?
I got a boom boom stick.
A boom boom stick.
It's natural oils and essentials and menthol, and you inhale it, right? And it open up your nasal passages, right? And let me tell you why.
On Shark Tank, they was on Shark Tank.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that stuff really worked.
Yeah, oh my gosh, they need me to do a commercial for them. They need me to do it. How do we contact them people? I need to do a commercial.
He's been openly doing it, you know. Shit, they just be anytime somebody take it, they post about it, talk about it.
They gonna have to post this.
They don't even leave a link. They like that's how good it is. They like I ain't even making money off this. I just want to share it. I ain't got no link to leave or nothing.
I ain't got no link to leave or nothing. I saw it on TikTok, right? TikTok trying to rob people of, and you can get one for $8 and you could get two for $16. That ain't no deal. So I looked up Boom Boom Stick and I found out what it was to see before I can take any product. Nowadays, you have to really research it. And it was on Shark Tank, and it's made with natural oils and essential like mint oil, and it's the menthol that helps clear you up, and it's natural. I love all good natural stuff. And I went and got mine off my Amazon. Yes, I am an Amazon Prime member. I don't know what y'all talking about, but it was at my door the next day because I suffer with sinuses and everything. And everybody was like, well, take that medicine, but you got to wait for the medicine to kick in. The allergies medicine too. I still took my allergy pills last night, but I needed something to unleash it immediately. And before I go on the CPAP machine, because that is known to dry you out as well. Baby, I put that Boom Boom Stick in there. You see that, Molly? Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm. What up, LA?
That's me breathing. The sinuses. I was like, what? This reminds me of when I was a little girl. My granddaddy, y'all seen those sticks? The Vic sticks. My granddaddy had real bad sinuses like I do, and he would put this stick in his nose and take one nostril, put it in the other nose, take one nostril. That's how clear my nose is. You can eat on both sides. And it was a Vic stick. I don't know if they still taking the sticks, but this one is strong and you can feel it. It works so good. I gave one to my son because he be suffering with allergy and sniffing it a little bit. I'm like, little nigga, don't you sniff around me no more. Go in there and wash your hands and things and change your clothes as soon as you get in from work. But I gave him one. I said, you keep this in your pocket at all times. So because you suffer from allergies and stuff, and you out there every day with the elements, and you in the AC as well, you take this and you keep this in your pocket all times, and you inhale it. Put that in that little teeny nose you got, because his little hole in his nose is a little teeny hole, like me. We see our little holes is teeny. So we gotta put that thing up in there, and you hold the other nostril, then you inhale. Not only does it smell good with the other oils and everything, the menthol, you can feel it. Oh my goodness. I thought it was a joke. I said they done made some damn chapstick for your nose. But it really is it's a good product. And I'm up here sniffing on tropical, I think, now. And I just last night I took a puff when I got it, and I'm still breathing. And that was 12 hours ago. I don't know how many hours it normally lasts, or maybe I just had a little small blockage, but it was good. And I was able to sleep on my CPAP machine and get some good breathing. I was trying to wait for Wellness Wednesday, but nothing good will I ever keep from my brothers and sisters. So Wellness Wednesday, I couldn't even wait for Wellness Wednesday, Molly. I was like, what? And since the Turn Up Tuesday, it's called the Boom Boom Stick. Yes, you get it from Amazon, CVS, Walgreens. It's in the stores. I think everywhere you can get it, but the price may vary. I got my better deal off of Amazon. And then I didn't even order any more allergy medicine. And they sent 2 bottles of allergy medicine with it. I'm like, I didn't order this. Maybe that was the free gift that come with it. Who knows? But I said, here's a Boom Boom Stick, Tyree, and here's some allergy medicine. I said, take one at night. It'll help you, because he got allergies as well. But his doesn't last all year like mine do. It just lasts through the certain season. So after it come, when did he get over his? I don't know. But after it, few months, he'd be fine again. After whatever's blooming, stop blooming. Woo! So that's what I wanted to say about that. But Molly got a video up. I want to share this video with y'all. First, I want to talk about my big sis in comedy, which is the Gwen Factor. She's not only my big sister in comedy, she's also my friend. And the Gwen Factor Robinson, I'm so proud of her. She's been on that her comedy journey. And it's so funny because when I met her 5 years ago, 4 years ago, hey, ciao, baby. We was at a show, Kiki's Kitchen, and Dave Carter, Section 8 Comedy, and booked me for this show. And I want to thank them. I want to say that was in 2020, maybe the end of 2020. Because 2021, well, it was even 4 or 5 years ago. Let me just say that. And we was doing, I think, on the show, me and her on the show together. We had those people rolling and cracking up. And she was like, dang. And I was like, dang, with her. And we just instantly connected. And we was laughing and liking each other jokes and stuff. And we became friends ever since. Going around doing shows, I would meet her there and everything. For those who don't know, my mobility is I stumble with my ability. Now my ability to walk, I could do that, but my ability to drive at night and see at night. So a lot of stuff, if I don't got a ride, I miss, right? So at that time, Michelle Pucciarelli was hitting the comedy scene hard. And me and Michelle would go all over the place. And we would always make sure we catch Gwen where she was at. Because it was like, we was her backup sisters. We was like, we supporting you, was part of the family, part of the network, right? Michelle had to take a sabbatical from comedy for a while and everything. So that left me kind of like without able to get out and do other places. So Gwen, she was like, wherever I go that you could go, you could ride with me. So I get out. She used to have me out when she had her room. Like every week I was out doing something. But she was making sure that I would get out because she was like, I know how important it is. So when I couldn't get out on my own, I would call my sisters. If she was available, she would be more than happy to take me. And that's networking. And I thank her so much for that because she didn't have to do that, but it shows that she wanted that extra leg, to help another comedian out. So thank you to Gwen Factor Robinson. And like I said, she was with Red Grant this past weekend, the whole weekend. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, and the show on Sunday. And then when you make connections and stuff like that, that parlays into other great things. Like when they go on tour other places and you do a firecracker job, they remember that and they be wanting to bring you on tour and on the road with you. So Gwen Factor, congratulations. May there be plenty of doors open for you and nothing but love for you. That's my big sis. Oh, y'all, and the poolside is coming. Y'all know she do her poolside events. You may not get I think she's only going to do it for July and August. So June and September, that's X-Nay. We're already in June. So you know if she was doing June, it'd be already posted by now. But she is going to do July and August for sure. So y'all be ready when I tell y'all to get y'all tickets for the poolside events, because you ain't gonna want to miss it. You is not gonna want to miss it. You know, it's one mission, one donation, and you come in, enjoy the pool, the comedy show, and food and drinks is included. So for your one donation, you get to come in and have you a good time in the sun and fun. Oh yeah, and you see me. If I ain't on stage, I'm at the door. And no matter where I'm at, I'm gonna make sure y'all hit the floor laughing. If I'm at stage or at the door, don't matter. So if I'm at the door, don't think you're getting in without any donations, stuff like that. And you got to be on a list. So I advise y'all to pre-register so you can be on that list soon, because it do fill up fast. Okay, I got a clip. I went on her page and stole one of her clips on her post from the good time that she was having over the weekend. Molly Mall, can we roll that for the folks? That was some photos of the show. I see Red Grant, I see Zoo Man in the video, and it was somebody else. I can't can't recognize everybody. So please don't charge it to my heart. Just charge it to these bad eyes. That's what I'm saying though. But that's my girl Gwen Factor doing her thing. So, and she got a show coming up. Oh, let me tell y'all, she gonna be with Scruncho. Y'all know Scruncho, little black Scruncho. He was in the movie How High. Remember, he was with Mike Epps. I was Mike Epps' sidekick. Good old Scruncho. She's going to be. Let me see. This Sunday, she's at the Comedy Law. And she's gonna be with Scruncho for the Black Ass Tour. That's the tour Scruncho on. It's called the Black Ass Tour, and that's going to be at the Comedy Loft as well. And that's June 21st. Oops, so that's in a couple of weeks. So y'all check it out. See my girl. So yep, it's my big sister in comedy. I'm not saying she's an old bitch, but she's an old bitch. She was saying she a seasoned bitch. So y'all go and see my big sis. All right now. Molly Mall. We got another video up. Is that a different video? I can't see that. Let's play the video. What video? Look. Turn Up Tuesday. This is how we used to turn up back in the day. I know Rodney used to talk about us at the Go-Go, the accolades at the Go-Go and stuff. But yeah, it used to be hard. And I do got some videos later on in the show. We'll get to that for you. Marley went and pulled some videos up that he found back in the day of me at the studio interviewing Rico the Edutainer. I'm not even sure which one that Molly Mall is getting ready to pull up. So it might be anything. So, but y'all look at it and enjoy it. It says Turn Up Tuesday. We turning it up for everybody. What y'all got going on here beside the heat? It's getting ready to be heat sometime this a week. Or anybody got going on there? I can't see what they saying in the comments. Let me see if I could try to make stuff out. Because I declare, ever since they gave me that new meds in my eyes, it haven't been doing what it's supposed to be doing. I don't know if I got to get used to this joint or if it's just doing the opposite. I don't know. So I don't know what's coming up until Molly played it. And I hear it. That's messed up. But it is what it is. Molly Mall, you with me? We can go on to the next piece of video that we got.
Yeah, I'm here.
So what you think what I said about Gwen and Red Grant torn with the ring? That's the light skin attack. We know Red Grant. Look, him and Gwen look like they brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I like Red, man. You a real one, you know. And running to him, act different. He had I ran into him in Rico in the backyard dancing. He know a lot of people that I be around. And he act like, he's still just one of the guys here from the city. So I like that. And him and Gwen, that's big right there. They both funny. So I know it's gonna be a great show.
Well, it was a great show over the weekend. The people liked it. They was at the Comedy Factory in Baltimore, and everybody was saying how they had such a good time, and it was great shows. And I like Red's energy. I remember when we was doing Shankland Hall, and Joe Clay got him out. Tony Woods was hosting. Joe Clay popped up, and Red. I was like, what y'all doing popping up? This is when I was all over the place and behind the scenes and everybody. And, when you do that and you out there and they see you, they tend to remember you. But when you sit down, they tend to forget. But when you all over the place, just like they all over the place, they be like, Reese, what you doing? Girl, it's a different reception. So
yeah, child. He's from here. He's from the area. Yeah, I'm from Maryland, but same thing. DMV. He was running for mayor down this month, council member, one of the
council member in DC.
Yeah, he's running for Ward 8. Yeah, he always running for politicians and stuff down here. He be with the politicians down here.
Yeah,
be trying to give back to the community and stuff, trying to make things better.
That's right.
And he on the low tier of all the comedians that actually made it from here. That's what I'm saying. If Ray can do the little things he doing to give back, imagine what the other ones can do. I ain't gotta say no names. Y'all know all the big ones from DC. When they gonna come back and do something?
The big was from DC. We talking about people that got their own shows, movies that really do something. Not the ones that look like they got money on paper, but that people that actually got a little bit of cheddar. You got a little bit of cheddar. Can you spread a little to make things better for your hometown? See, that's what I said, that when I get the bag, that I'm gonna look out for where I grew up at. If everybody donated to their neighborhood or looked out for their neighborhood, it will flourish and be a big, beautiful place real soon. Just do what you can. And that's what I got on the agenda on the plans list. Because I'm gonna get there. So don't worry. Don't worry. You got to stay on your grind and be consistent at what you're doing. So consistent doing something. People don't see what I'm doing, but I'm consistent at doing something. I may not be consistent at getting out there and making all the shows, but I'm consistent when I'm writing, creating content, and thinking about ways to branch out. Thinking about ways to get stuff done and seen. So, and I have a team of people helping as well. So, to the Gwen Factor and Red Grant, summer, he's touring, I think, down in Atlanta the summer. So, hey, and who knows? And they may need a new opener. You never know. So, I'm just saying. We'll be back here. This group was Molly. That was the Flash back in the day. There was Northeast Groovers. I bought the old Go-Go. I thought about that back in the day because something that B said yesterday, Dad Mentality. Oh, I don't know. Did anybody see the show yesterday? I fell asleep. I'm sorry, Beast. When I got up, it was 9:15. I got up and got my boom boom stick ready and took my other medication. I even forego eating dinner. So I was feeling a little drowned under the weather. Did anybody check Dad Mentality out yesterday? Well, I hope everybody did. Was it I know it was a great show.
See, more line dance.
No, that's not line dance. That's the go-go back in the day. Let me tell you something. They was performing. Who said line dance?
Really?
They not from DC. They said line dance. That was Northeast Groovers hitting it. And the thing about it, when they on the front line of stuff, them boys used to, be smooth, have their own dance step going, and you saw the girls in the back dancing with them. That's how we was used to be at the go-go. We used to, if a group of us could get together and make up dances and stuff, we was doing that. It wasn't all like they would say, oh, that's worship music, devil worship music, or a demonic music or that. Did y'all see anything demonic about that? Was anything, I didn't see or hear anything demonic about that. So whoever said that go-go music was demonic, I don't know, but I know the Cougars could put you in a trance, but it don't be a bad trance. It'd be a good trance. You in there hitting it in the pocket. We would be in there making up dance steps, doing our dance. And of course, it's ratchetness in there because there's ratchetness everywhere. In every type of music, in every concert, heavy metal, they got ratchetness. Pop concert, they got ratchetness. Every genre of music, they're gonna have some ratchetness in there. So don't yuck on the culture, and condemn it just because some people just like to go ratchet and go overboard. But for the most part, back in the day, they was in there making up the dance steps so the front line could look tight, and then the other people in the audience would have their dance step. Each little crew, little set they rep would have their own little dance. It reminds me of like in school days, like every neighborhood had their own little set, their little dance, the neighborhood dance that everybody would do. Well, or you know what I mean, Molly? I don't know if you used it to go back. That was
nah, I wasn't around.
That's how our go-go's was back then. That's how we used to shake it and get down. It wasn't like nowadays. And because they got this dance, they got some slow beat nowadays, and I guess the dance called Beat Your Feet or something, because they all stomping and dancing. It looked different now. And I'm not going to say it's demonic, it's just different from when we came up. We had the little steps together. Everybody had the little MC Hammer pants on back in the days, or your Coca-Cola shirts. That was big too. Or our little Reebok stuff and the MCM. That was a thing back in the go-go day. Hey, you had your little fashions, came in with your crew, looking good and representing whatever set y'all from. Y'all did with y'all little dance. And then when Bugs and Donnell and them used to call out the people of the different go-go bands, you rep your set, you tell them, man, if you ever used to look in the hands, right, of Funk or whoever, it'd be like 100 little pieces of paper. That because they were like, say my set, say this, say that. They want the rapper, the lead rapper, to call out their hood and represent them. So they be like, giving to them on a little piece of paper. Say 69 East Side, represent that, representing Palmer Park, representing, it was all little stuff like that. Send a shout out. You write your name on a piece of paper, and they read the paper from sending the shots. It was wild. It was fun. It was surreal because when they got off stage, it wasn't like no group of people running. When they got off the stage, them boys walked right off the stage and right up to the bar and ordered them something to drink or eat. It wasn't like now everybody behind the velvet rope. It's like section. The band, when they get finished playing, is right a part of the general population. And they listening to other people's bands that if it's more than one band play. And listening, sticking around for the show and dancing and enjoying themselves. So people just dance and have a good time and enjoy themselves. What you remember from the Go-Go? Oh, you said you wasn't really in the Go-Go's like that, right?
Yeah, nah, I ain't do Go-Go's. The only thing I used to hear coming home from practice, because I was playing sports and my friends was going to Go-Go's, always had a game or something, AAU or something. But they always tell me the stories, like they got into a fight, somebody got stabbed, shooting at the, it was always something negative, not meaning that it was always negative. That's the part they always wanted to share, so I know if I ain't hear nothing, they probably just had a good time. But to them, a good time was like going out, enjoying yourself, and fucking somebody up after or getting into a fight.
I'm glad I wasn't hanging out them times because that's different. That's different.
Underage Go-Go's, they was having them under all ages and all that. That wasn't a good look. You got kids.
Yeah, because the kids were harder than the adults, and that was sad. And because when ours was.
Think about it. You ever see a bunch of kids in church?
In church dancing, yeah.
Did you ever see them dancing the music? Yeah, did you ever see them for some reason want to fight and get into that? So you don't see the difference in the music and the environment? Them same kids could have been at church playing gospel music. They would not one time want to fight. They probably wouldn't even want to dance as much because they be feeling a little shy when they in church. But that same group, you take them outside the club, and when that same group will want to fight, even adults. You take a group of adults that fought in the club, you took that same group into a church and play gospel music, they want to praise with each other.
You know what's missing out of that? The liquor, the alcohol, and the adults. When adults get to drinking, they get simple. Because when they had Club Jesus, that's when they had Club Jesus over in New Carrollton.
Club Jesus.
It was a club called Club Jesus. Look it up.
That's already disrespectful. I ain't even a Christian. I think that's disrespectful.
It was Club Jesus. It was a place where the youngins could go and listen to gospel music, and it wasn't in the
that's gospel. I thought you was talking about.
Yeah, gospel. They had gospel go-go bands and everything.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
So, and it was, and they wouldn't, but they would get to acting ignorant. Sometimes fights would break out there just because people are ignorant. They didn't. You gotta be in the mindset. You come to have a good time. You come to enjoy each other. Some people just come out just to be mean, bitter, and rack on somebody.
People just don't respect the power of music. They just try to ignore it as much as possible. It's the same thing with movies. If you go in there, you can be feeling good. You go see a racist movie, you're going to come out feeling different about white people. It ain't because you went in there feeling that way or you went in there saying, you know what, when I come watch this movie, I want to make sure I come out satisfied hating white people. Nah, that movie triggers something.
Satisfied hating white people.
Yeah, programming is downloading shit into you. And then you take them downloads and you believe it. And the same thing with the music. Depending on the rhythm and the frequencies of the song, it does something to certain people. No different than liquor. Some people drink liquor and they get real happy and they get fun to be around. Yeah. Some people drink liquor and want to get violent and they not good to be around. So it ain't that liquor does, it's the spirit. It's just that person, so sometimes music bring it out of certain people. And that's why frequencies does matter. It depends on what type of music being played for certain people because they start to change. And a lot of people are like, oh, no, these girls don't just hop on stage taking their clothes off, twerking. It's the music. If you want no music playing, they won't move at all. It's certain music that make them do certain things. You never see them twerking the gospel.
Do you think it's in the rhythm is in the congas and the drums are beating? Do you think it's the drums?
It can be the drums.
It can be everything. It look like these people in the trance when they do when it was Backyard that was hitting this slow. it was like slow go-go. I was like, I don't like that because it's all slow and dragging. But it was like do. And then they was up there, they little petrol feet dance. And I was like, these kids are like they in a trance. They was jumping all around. I was like, these kids are like they in a trance. Mm-hmm. So I think I seen what you talking about because it was the way they was jumping in. At first, it was all crank, it was all up tempo. When they hit that little do, I'm like, I don't like that. Like I told my son, I said, y'all go is slow now. He don't really care for the new go. He said he liked the old go. I said, yeah, because Big Tony and them, they crunk differently. It wasn't like, it didn't look like it was hypnotic or in a trance like that. But the way they do it now, I was like,
when the music changed, it changed when the music changed. A lot of people hitting that creative, like we love our city, but nobody, they just doing cover songs. They copy other people's music, they just make it go. So the music y'all was copying back in the day was more slow, more love. It was more real music. Today they copying hood shit, these little 808s and these little ghetto songs, so it's more ratchet. It's like we got more ratchet songs that's popular now. That's what get popularized. So all go do is remake whatever song is popping at the time. So at the time we was growing up, all you hear was 3 6 Mafia and stuff like that. And that's why you hit it, make that ass clap, let it snap, talk to me. That was a 3 6 Mafia song.
And that was back in your time.
Go play is big. Everybody thinking it's their song, and as you get older, you start to know they just steal music all the time. So the music they was taking at the time, it was around that time that we was having them type of songs. So it fitted. But the time y'all was doing go, y'all was stealing from people at them times that was making real music, or at least doing music with them. Like Jail to come down here, the real musician to come down here and go play behind them. They don't got that now.
For Kid and Play. I mean, they mixed it hard with the rap. And Ragamuffin, that was one of our favorite Jones. Colonel Mighty and Frighty came from Jamaica to the Safari Club. And that night, the Essence was hitting Ragamuffin. Look, give it a Ragamuffin. I mean, it was like that. So I got a chance to be right there with him and feel the vibe and energy. And it was some love up in that joke, and there was some loving afterwards that joke, but it wasn't a violent vibe. It wasn't, it was like everybody was dumb and happy, and it was like, that was a different set era. Like, and my son was saying that he liked the older go-go sound versus the new. So what's out today? What are the children listening to today? Do your daughter listen to go-go?
Hell no.
What are they listening to? You said hell no.
Yeah, she be listening to all that other ratchet stuff the kids be listening to, whatever popping on TikTok, whatever trending, Cardi B, all the little, probably little, what's her name, little mama. Well, the girl artists just lit now, so they just have people to listen to, like rappers and singers and stuff like that. So she be listening to a lot of girl stuff. But she like rap too, like Meek Mills and all that. Hold up, wait a minute. Yeah, that was one of her favorite songs. Still to this day.
I don't even know them songs. I'm that out of touch. You said hold up, wait a minute. The only one I know, hold up, wait a minute, was with Flex. Hold up, wait a minute. Ooh, ah. That's the only hold up, wait a minute I know with Get Ready for Funk and DJ Flex and all of them. Put your hands in the air, y'all. Get ready, that's the only hold up, wait a minute I know. You said that there's another hold up, wait a minute. That's the only hold up, wait a minute I know.
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Put up in the mind. Y'all thought it was rented? Yeah, you heard that joint. That song was getting played 1 million times a day. It's like Drake that ended, my man. I don't know what happened to Meek Mills and Diddy. He got them allegations at him and Diddy. I don't know what happened. They had a recording of him.
See how lies can ruin your life, or rumors. That's it can ruin, is really detrimental to a career of an entertainer.
What's a bad rumor somebody ever told about you that people actually believe, and it was pissed
Mm.
you off
That
or made you
that I
laugh?
slept with somebody and that I didn't sleep with. Don't lie on me or my body or my coochie. Oh yeah, he hit that. No, he didn't hit that. I mean, rumors like that when I was coming up. You
Oh,
know,
that's probably their way of finding out. That's motherfuckers' way of asking. Oh yeah, you know such and such hit that joint. No, he didn't. Oh, they ain't fuck. But yeah, if you'd been like, that's our business, or so what? That's my business. They be like, oh, they did do it. That's the way
yeah.
of asking, you know.
But I was like, don't be saying you hit this and you didn't do it. It was guy to go.
Yeah,
They
so
call him
wait a
Ray.
minute, was Ray J.
Wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. Yep, I know that. Wait a minute.
uh,
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun. Wait a minute. But you said you hold up. Wait a minute. I don't. So. But that I did something that I didn't do because back in the day,
right.
I was at Safari Club selling lollipops, and there was a rumor, oh, she giving out lollipops and sucking lollipops. I was known as the lollipop girl because I would get up there going through, selling my Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, like how old is you selling lollipops?
Bomb pops at the Go-Go. We sold at
Oh
Safari
yeah,
Club.
yeah,
We
yeah. If
sold
you at the
pizza,
go
hot
go, they
dogs,
probably gonna start a room up like, yeah,
and
she
lolli.
out here selling lollipops. A grown woman, yeah, she probably
They,
out here.
they said me and Al
That's
from
another code for something else.
You're right. They was like me and Al from Golden Rules. They said me and him was sexing, and we just danced together. That was one of my dance partners. Like we get up there, and it's just for entertainment. You know how it behind you working we did freaky stuff, ratchet stuff, and they was like, oh yeah, they sexing. They look at how they cut up. And like I said, and that was back in the days when I was very agile. I remember Buzz was like, Reese, get off the damn stage. You and Al get off the stage with all that. We was up there. Because it was hitting. We was just cutting up having a good time. But it wasn't nothing such. That was my buddy. It was just dance partner. That was my day, He looked for me or I looked for him. They was like, come on, let's show them, and that's all it was. But then the rumor got around that, oh yeah, he hitting that. But only way he was hitting it is through the clothes on the stage.
Movie shit, but he was sliding you through the legs, throwing you in the air or something.
No, we used to be on the stage. We doing a humpy dance. We jump up there on the stage and go get on one of the corners. And they it used to be who could out freak each other. Like couples be out there and we would bang, bang, but they'd be like, who could work him, and I'll be all like this, and I used to be all over bending over,
just a
freak toes, doing splits,
and
doing, it was like we was basically trying to outdance the next people, and you bringing attention to yourself. That's how they be, and the people standing around watch us dance, and we be doing, like that. So
see, our shit was different. Like we never, if we did competition, like beat your feet. If it's 2 on 2, beat your feet.
We didn't
if
have
a girl. Yeah, they was doing the hee haw before that. We used to see niggas do the hee haw against each other.
That was our dance. That was our
boys. But like freaking, it was never no competition with that. Like, see what girl and boy can get freaked the most. It just y'all freaking, just like. And then most time a dude and the girl freak all the time. That is his girl. It's like niggas won't even ask no more because they always dance. And you be like, oh no, that's his joint. Like we already know not to dance with her. But if y'all was in there doing a hee haw and y'all was like partners beating y'all feet, then I would understand. But you be saying y'all just freaking each other on the dance floor. Yeah, I'd have thought that too. Like that's their thing. That's what the couples do. The other couples and all that, they in there freaking. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't mean y'all fucking, but yeah, y'all just freaking. I thought y'all was in there doing some hee haw, some house party shit. Like your dance partner ain't your dad. That's a nigga you just like.
Was I dance? Was I shit back then?
Yeah, that shit was like that.
With the hee haw, I was back in the days, and we had other dance like the Pleasure. I was listening to them last night, and I was like, I remember we used to do that. The Pleasure, and then we had a couple of other dance moves, different stuff back in the day. You know,
Damn.
and then when we did the Humpty dance, I mean, we was doing that too. The Humpty dance, you know, it was just we would take the different dances and twerk it and make it, you know.
I was just freaking back in the day too, and doing the hee haw and our party. They was freaking, but just beating your feet. You know, so you had the big circle. When you see that big circle come up, that means
We didn't have beat your feet.
Yeah, I said y'all had hee haw. We had beat your feet.
Oh. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it looked like beat your feet looked something different. They been doing this, you know. I was like, what is y'all doing? And then they be all and their body be all they looking all up and I was like, and it's all slow. And I was like,
Nah, that's the stump beat. That's when they double it up. They doing it on purpose, but that ain't all of it. That's just when they do that one song, they slow it down.
Real slow.
Yeah, they doubled up. They double up on everything.
And I was like, why everything is slow?
And then they speed it back up.
Yeah, I like what they doing like this. I was like, oh, I liked because I be watching the competitions.
It was on one of them dancing joints. The America Got Talent. They went real far. They went to the finals almost. The Beat Your Feet Kings.
Oh wow! I gotta look them up.
They like that. Hell yeah! They from here.
Kings.
Yeah, they been known for a long time.
Yeah, and you know, and then Chicago picked it up. They called it jigging in Chicago. They jigging, bucking. They call it a lot of stuff. DC call it beat your feet. Then I noticed that the other states or areas will have similar dance to it. I was like, why? New Jersey. I don't know what they call it in New Jersey. But they got like Florida, Atlanta, they all had a different version of what they call one was a buckhead or something. I don't know what bankhead is.
Money Man Green says send a link. When I shit, yeah, every time I went out of town like Chicago, them niggas was line dancing and shit. Like it was like 4 of them. They was doing the same dance in the club. They was all like doing all type of little shit like for the ladies type shit. I was like, I never seen this before, and start saying that different places, different.
You never seen line dancing before?
No, I never seen 3-4 niggas go to the club and say, "Bro, we gonna fuck them up." Like they literally just when the song come on, them 4 niggas got together and they was doing dances and like. Other people started partnering up doing different dances. I was like, I never seen group of men like get together and do like they really doing the same dance. They got like they practice this. This is what I'm thinking. I'm like, damn, they practice this shit. Like they grown. Like it is different. You're a young boy. You're probably in college. These niggas in their 30s. They motherfucking practice a dance together, like how my daughter and her friends do. They came up with a dance to a song, and when it came on, they got excited, like this is it. And they did their dance. It was tight though. The ladies was on it. I was just like, damn, this is a thing that I guess drew women out here in Chicago. And they just called the Pretty Boy Gang. The Pretty Boy Gang. That was the name they go through.
It ain't nothing better than watching men dance. I love to see the men dance, and when they tight, when they look good doing it. Oh wow! I love to see men roller skating. That's exciting to me. David Green, Grand Rising.
House Party.
What's up? Back in the day, Joe.
And they said they had a dance battle like House Party. Them the ones I want to see. Yeah.
The dance.
That's how ours was, but it was just beat your feet. It was just like House Party, but it was like dudes was beating their feet against each other. You know, it can be 2-on-2, 1-on-1. It can be a whole group, like your hood versus our hood. You just throw your dude out there like you got served type shit. And niggas never really fought because of that. Like, it was even you won or not. We get y'all next time. You know, it's always love.
That's just like the gangs in New York. That's where it helped stop a lot of the violence. The gangs used to break dance. We had break dancing when I came up. So, and our dance battles used to be epic too. Like we get in a circle and your people, your crew go against their crew. I mean, That's how we did our dance battles. And it'd be like same way like that in the go-go. See who could, who could last the longest, or who neighborhood got what. The girls be up there, we making up dance steps, and we're gonna do this tonight. We're going to triples tonight. That's triples ain't even around no more. That's how old this is. But it used to be Gerald's Triple off of Branch Avenue. It was a club. They used to go down there.
First cabinet.
Triples.
Huh?
Gerald's Triples.
It was called Gerald's, and they changed the name to Triples. Of Triples, then they changed the name to Gerald's.
Man, LA say he got girls because he was able to jump over his leg like Kid and play.
Kid and play, right. They
on your line. You seen what that boy did?
So LA was in that time doing it. Everybody was doing. I don't know what you come to do. I don't know what you come to do. I came to, we was
Yeah.
She was back in that Kid and Play era, that full force era.
We really killed it. We used to do backflips just right there standing. It's like shit, you can jump on your leg. They really loved us. We doing free flip, no hands on feet, like they ain't never moved. That was a regular move back
the ladies would have been all over y'all.
You just did a front flip. After a while, I was like, he did a back flip. But now looking back, it's like we was athletic as shit. We can be dancing and just stop and just flip out of nowhere. Land right on our feet and keep dancing.
Them shows that they do now, and I love to see them. That little tatting and all that little. You got to do it on musicality, how they dance straight to the beat of the song. They make up a dance and to a certain song.
Wow, y'all old. Slinky said, y'all old, man.
I know I'm older, but I still love to see them dance. David Green, what about you? Back in the day, what dances was you killing them with?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did David don't ever speak about going out dancing much?
Oh yeah. I could shake a leg. Well, when you talk about like dance and stuff, like like the different dances, dance and stuff and all, it reminds me of this this kid in school that used to be bullied all the time because he was new, and just I can't remember what event it was, whatever. No, but anyway, like in the Coliseum, in the lunchroom or whatever like that. No, everybody got together, and like I said, I can't remember what event it was, whatever. No, but the bad boy showed up on stage with some hammer pants and broke down like he had the hammer wig, the pants, the everything and all, and broke down every single dance. And from that moment, he was the popular kid or whatever. No, that's not my story. But
who actually was that your story?
No, that was not my story. But
was that your story?
Yeah, that's but as far as me, I didn't go to dances and everything until I was older because like I told you before, my stepfather was real religious and real strict, and he thought that was a sin. Not committing adultery, that's not a sin, but yeah, he thought that was a way of bringing devils back into the house.
Well, a lot of people, thought that. Turn that bookity music down. My grandfather used to say that when I was little. All you listening to is boop to boop to boop to boop to boop. My cousin just hit. He said, "So grenade. All you listening to is amen, 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 amen." We fell out.
Hammer is still, hey, oh my goodness, I don't care. Because like in the truck and in the truck or whatever, we allowed to to hook up to the speakers and stuff and all. And you know what I mean? And when it's my turn, I ain't gonna lie, I'll put in some hammer. And one of the co-workers will be like, he's corny. This. I said, yeah, but
he's what?
Yeah, that's what he says. He said, man, don't put that hammer mess on. He's corny. I said, shoot, but that too legit to quit. Oh my goodness. You can't tell me when you put on some too legit to quit that you ain't ready to do something. So
no, that was a too legit
to quit. And you can't just hear it without you got to do the too legit. Yeah. Hey, yeah.
Too legit
to quit. Yeah.
No, that was a later Hammer. My favorite was Hammer when he first came out, when he said, I rose all odds against me. Cause suckers up shouted to diss me. They why Hammer? Louder, say it louder. He's like, can you feel it? Hammer. Hammer.
Yeah.
Put me in the mix.
Put me in the mix.
That was before then. That was before the Too Legit to Quit. Standing, he said he got you standing outside like a welfare line. I used to the early Hammer.
Yeah,
that was my boy. That's when I was in high school. Like I said, that was the early teen days. That was the Hammer. But the same way with Kid and Play, we was hard on Kid and Play, rolling, and then there was like a lot of their songs did go-go beats, rolling with Kid and Play. Go-go, Salt and Pepper had go-go beats behind them too, and Shawnee got a chance to go play with them, part of the band.
Yeah, right, LA. Let's get it started.
Shawnee was tearing them drums up. Oh yeah. Shawty baby from Pleasure, she like, let me get a ticket up out of here. So a lot of people benefited from back in our day in our music and different hoods and stuff. And they came back to the hood, not to the hood, but they came back home. I'm not gonna say your home was a hood necessarily, but we had different style, different music than the kids nowadays. I remember when my son came home from school and he showed me a dance called a Nay Nay. And I said, Misha, they got a damn dance that they waving. And we was like, what? So we watched my son do the Nay Nay. I was like, that ain't no, I thought he was lying. I said, get out of here with that. I said, ain't no dance that you just waving your hand like the beauty queen.
Yeah.
And it was.
Nah, it's more. You got to move your hips and get low and all that. Ain't just you wave your hand. You might not do the rest.
I think it's the kung fu. They waving and doing kung fu moves. And then there was some dance they do. They was doing like they kung fu chopping. They go, Then they do this and then they do. I'm like, what is y'all doing? Man, I got the video. Misha did a video. Tyree and Wu-Tang with it. Wu-Tang, that's with it. Wu-Tang with it. I was like, what the hell is y'all doing?
Remember they had whoop, there it is, and whoop, there it is.
I remember the butterfly and the Tootsie Roll being the same thing.
Yeah, had grown men out there doing the butterfly and Tootsie Roll.
They was looking at the go-go beat. Something why, show me why. Put your head in do the butterfly.
Hands on your knees. Hands on your knees.
The butterfly and the Tootsie Roll was not the same thing. Remember, what it say?
Yeah, I was doing the worm and shit.
The butterfly. Wait, it's let's go. Let me see the Tootsie Roll.
That was the Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll was faster. But the butterfly. And they called it the booty call. Make the booty call with it. We used to be up to get that. I was in the damn legend. Pam jumping on my back. I think it was one of my birthdays. Jumping on my back. And we was in there. The guy said, you got to get off her back. We was getting down. I don't know. Molly, you might be right. Because we heard them songs and went crazy. We went crazy. Molly, you might be right. Then I think about it because we lost our mind for a second. You right, Molly.
Y'all time. Young and lit. Young and lit. LA said he still got his hammer pants. Dave, you got some? You still got some?
No, you got your police shoes.
I don't got hammer nothing. I don't got
What
him
about
the pants
Kwame?
and the
Did you do
news.
Kwame, David?
Huh?
Did you do Kwame with the big hat and the exaggerated big old ties and stuff?
No.
With the different color shoelaces and the shiny police shoes?
No.
You didn't do none of that, David?
No.
Well, I know I used to rock my crown. That was the hat like Queen Latifah had. I used to rock my crown with my zoot suit. I had a green zoot suit with my black police pants, and I had like gold chains hanging on the left side. I thought I was a shiznit when I put that two-piece suit on. Like, yeah, my little black turtleneck underneath that, and rock my crown. Ooh, ladies first, ladies first.
Oh, man.
Gosh, I don't know what happened to the hat. And then I had my go to hell hat that looked like a Patterson Bear. My mother used to say, "That's her go to hell hat."
That was that moment when everybody was wearing the medallions and talking about going back to Africa and
no, I wasn't in that movement, but I know what you're talking about. Everybody had the wooden necklace, a different color. That was Tribe Called Quest time.
They make it back. Did they get back there?
I don't know where they went. I don't know. Everybody was following Marcus Garvey hard. It was like De La Soul. The group that was like back in the day, the groups that was like in touch with like Me, Myself, and I was De La Soul, PM Dawn, the Roots, the Nappy Roots. You know, they was, you know, Arrested Development. Can y'all think of another group? Or that
I'm called Quest.
I said Tribe. That is the Jungle Brothers.
The Jungle Brothers.
The Jungle Brothers. There was a group called Gang Starr. Do y'all remember them?
Yeah. Of course not.
Okay. Molly was like, of course not. But Josh, I remember Gang Starr. I bet Chout remember them because they was out. Was they in New Jersey or was they DC? I mean not DC or New York rap group. It was
probably one of them.
Rock Crew was on there.
KRS-One. I know KRS-One. He was the GOAT. He was the only one out there rapping about shit that I can relate to.
A lot of people rap like that influential rap to saying something.
Like him.
Social Conflict. Y'all remember that
make
group?
videos and all that. I said this dude, he was lit. He was
the Dungeon Family, you know, CeeLo Green was rapping about Crucial Conflict.
CeeLo Green was rapping.
The Far Side. It was a group called The Far Side.
Public Enemy.
I just listened to them last night. Passing me by. Yep.
Phil Page in the house.
What's up, Phil?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Phil Page?
Yeah, that's Phil.
He's saying something, but we can't hear him for some reason.
Unmute your mic.
It's unmuted. I don't know why.
Your mic's unmuted.
Let me check his mic. So he keep muting now.
We can't hear you, baby.
Yeah, he probably took a call or something. He gotta close out and come back in.
Okay. But that shoot, Turn Up Tuesday when we going up.
Said I remember
Tuesday. He used to couldn't wait for Tuesday.
Two guys. Jungle Brothers. Got Jungle
Brothers and the Trap. Yeah, the Jungle Brothers. Girl, our house shoot. Say what? Girl, our house shoot. Say what? Girl, our house shoot.
They ain't really put no thought into their names back then. They just named
you give me hit round and round and
greatest to ever do it. Yeah, I be watching this shit like it just came out the days. I used to watch this shit, like, damn, y'all used to have this dude back there. I was like, this is crazy. Like he talking about shit.
Born Jamaican, you remember them? Born Jamaican, right here, DC on, well, Howard University on, and Chucky did their album. Born Jamaican, Boom Shaka Top.
Boom Shaka Top.
What's up? Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about how we used to turn up back in the day, Phil.
Way back in the day.
Back in the day.
Hell yeah, I was in the go-go. Howard Theater, Coliseum,
Yeah,
all the spots.
I was telling Molly how
y'all
it
lit.
was different back in our time. Phil, you a little bit older than me, but it's still our time because I was one of them little kids that
Right.
Yeah, she was telling me y'all ain't had to whip protection back then. Y'all can raw dog all night.
I didn't say no mess like that.
You did.
I ain't say that shit. Say that. That's that.
I didn't say
But nah, yeah.
Well, in the 90s, in the 90s, they made it cool. They made it cool to wear protection. Remember
the Jimmy hat. They even wrote songs about the Jimmy hat.
left eye, you know, may have the condom
J.
and the glasses, and
remember the J, the I, the M, the Y is Jimmy.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga. Sitting up in the abortion clinic made it cool to wear condoms.
No,
Let me tell you.
the AIDS was out there back in that time.
Well, I don't know about the age. I wasn't that worried about that for some reason. Yeah.
It ain't gonna get us. Come here, crackhead.
I was more worried about that chick talking about I need to talk to you about something. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Molly was saying that the music will put you in a trance. How that would make the people want to get violent and hurt up each other. I was like, I don't know. In my generation, it wasn't like that. The music, I don't remember it being.
Well, you know, they used to say that about go-go music.
Well, that's what we're talking about. Go-go music.
Yeah, they used to say that shit about go-go music. It gets you riled up.
Oh yeah.
They said it riled up, get you turned up, turned down. They was like, y'all just some animals. But when I look back, we didn't play that in our club.
That's why I said I don't know what go-go bands y'all had, because back y'all created a joint called Fight. And they was fighting in that joint. That was when I wasn't even around. I was young. So whoever was there watching them at that time.
That must have been after I stopped going
outside of backyard.
That young came at the end of the go-go scene when I started going.
That's
so, backyard. I listened to the music to 94. After 94, I came up out the go-go's.
Hey, which one had that rough it off?
Rough it off. That was Junkyard. Was that
Junkyard too? All them
now
they got crazy.
You gotta know how to take a go-go because you're gonna
go to the hood. She didn't go to the rowdy go-go. She went to them sophisticated joints. So you didn't know they was getting rowdy in all them herbs, man.
We did get rowdy, and one night little shorty came in with his AK and shot up the place. We talk about Safari Club, and we was like, okay.
It said, "Mess with me, you get your manhood taken."
So it was. We got rowdy because we was in there with Saoirse Quarters, Golden Rule. We was partying all. You know, it was all them jokers up in there. So they was crazy. And I remember Southeast Bam. Oh man, I remember him, and that was my friend. Him and Bink got killed. They hurt me to my heart because, like I said, I was rapping back then. And these are the people I was my little friends hanging with, the little clique, and people was just getting gone, and it was really so. You're right, it was violent because outside the club.
You remember it was violent, man. 1 minute it wasn't violent, next minute violent. Which one you remember, Reese?
I remember outside of the club.
That one incident don't make it
bad.
No,
not that one incident. A lot of incidents outside the club.
I
didn't play that in the inside.
But that was the start of the almost a crack epidemic in the Love Boat era too. So there's a whole lot of shit going on.
So changed up the
crack
game.
Baby.
So like I said, I quit going in there, doing that. I think quit for real 94. After my last showcase with the rapping with Backyard, they started Safari Club.
Look at and look a little funny man.
So I had to stop and step back. Stop, take a look back. Who do you see? So I became a mother, and that made me come out the club. I was a mama, Somebody's
Yeah.
mom.
You somebody's mama made you want to do right, huh?
Maybe I couldn't cut up and hang out. I had a child to take care
Right,
of.
and that's what. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I had a life to protect. So I put the rap mic down and everything. Put everything. Hammer shoes, everything.
Not
Had
the
the
hammer shoes.
the little shady police shoes. So we used to do the dance called Shaka Zulu, but it was like this. Certain dance used to create. Used to be able to jump down the split and come back up. All of them
Yeah.
split days had to be over.
It's funny the shit that will make you grow up.
Having a child and responsibility, and I was like, oh my gosh. Who got the baby?
You got the baby.
It's my grandkid.
Oh, look at the baby. See? And when you see a little pooty face like that, look, you be like, forget them streets. I gotta be around for this little one. What's your grandbaby name, David?
Theo.
Theo. Hey, Theo. What's up, Theo? Hey, look at Theo.
What's he at? He smile.
Oh, look at Theo.
I'm like that. Smile.
He hear his name. He hear his name. He said, they talking about me,
Yeah,
grandbaby.
they talking about me. Yeah.
He said, Pappy, me and you got the same hairline. That's what he said. Sitting on granddad's lap. See, that's what makes you want to come out the streets, come out the go-go's right there. That little bit of booty face right there. So,
Nah, I know most people, man, they had great times in the go-go's. You know, they had more good times than bad times, you know, but they always
Shit, I had more good times than bad times too, but
try to
you gotta grow up. Shit.
time, you know. Like the why you just don't want to risk it. If this gonna be one of them bad nights tonight, you know, as you get older, you let the youngins have it. It's their time. But I never really got into the go-go. Never really cared too much for the club, you know, unless it's our event and we throwing the party. I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't never really me.
Well, Marley, show some other videos of the go-go back in the day. I want nostalgia. I put some you showed y'all Northeast Groovers. Then we got a couple of other people from back in the day. And Go-Go Mickey, Go-Go Mickey.
Go-Go Mickey.
Ready for the senior citizen home. But he's still hitting them cougars.
I just went and bought it. I just went and bought a flash drive with Ray S's old greatest hits on it. So
man, but
I've been rocking in my truck to that shit all week.
You know who could blow Essence out the water? Trouble Funk. Man, Big Tony and them, they had
Big Tony
bombs, and they didn't do no cover songs. They did stuff like "Let's Get Small," y'all. And now Molly said that Go-Go was just cover songs. Some bands, no, they had their original stuff. Like Go-Go Lorenzo, he came up with his original rap.
Right.
If you want to, a little Benny, Cat in the Hat. That's not a cover. Take it away. Chuck Brown.
Sardines.
That's not a cover. Sardines is not a cover. So every go-go band, I think, have their own original hit. But the other stuff, they do a lot of covers, but they do
5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning, all that shit.
No, don't forget Northeast Groover, Van Dam. Was that Northeast Groovers? I thought it was called Van Dam. And then shoot. Work the walls. That was Essence.
Yeah, I was gonna say that with that Tarzan jungle. Oh yeah. That's my
original. So they do. Every band has their original.
Lock it.
Had Popeyes with 2 biscuits on the side. They was singing about Popeye's chicken. They was at the go-go cranking it. That's when I was in there. That was when there was a Kilimanjaro. But that's when I came out.
Yep.
Back when start those days and Howard days, those Wednesday nights.
Damn, I forgot about the Kilimanjaro. Shit.
After that, I came up out of there, and that's when I had to become a mommy.
I think the last go-go show I went to was in the Black Hole.
I didn't like going there. Let me see. I've been to Evans Grill. We've been to Gerald's. Remember Gerald's? They used to call it Triples. Triples.
Yeah, I know.
That's where the CVS is on Branch Avenue. If y'all
Yeah.
go back, that's where the CVS and they built that junk there. It was Gerald's, the legend. I used to go there all the time. The last time Tyree was born, I was living here. That's when I picked up my one night stand that lasted in like 8 months. And
Damn,
I was
really?
watching Sugar Bear. Yeah, when Sugar Bear had his bop bop.
You bop bop, yeah.
And he was then they was it wasn't EU when he was going on his own, had his own band. What was that called? Oh gosh, what was Sugar Bear? Because he had the girl rapper. What was you remember the name? Not Dynasty, not that.
I'm trying to think of it.
Hey, Reese. It's my son's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! What's his name?
Your son.
What's his name? David Jr.
No, Cameron.
Cameron, happy birthday, Cameron. Okay, your birthday June the 3rd. Now, everybody that got their checks, tell them get Cameron some money, some love on June the 3rd. Cameron, go hit up everybody, your grandmoms, your auntie, everybody, because they got their check came.
Oh no! His grandma already tried to cash app him, but cash it to the wrong person.
Oh,
Who she sent it to you?
No. She said it said Cameron. I said, Mom, there's like 250 million Camerons in the United States.
Oh shit.
To see if they nice and see if you can get it back.
They ain't doing that.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Because somebody cashed at me some money and they sent it to the wrong person. I sent it back. They was like, I'm sorry, could you please send me that back? It was $800. And I sent it back.
Wow. You're a better person than I am. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Somebody else's money?
Huh?
I said you would have kept somebody else's money.
I would like to think I wouldn't have.
I probably
It wasn't mine, so I was like, sorry. He was like, sorry.
I would have seen melodies from heaven.
Look at Mickey. Look at Phil.
Who's this?
Is that Rare Essence, Phil? I can't see.
That's Essence. That's Essence.
That's Essence, because that's Mickey. That's what I was
Oh,
supposed
yeah,
to
it's Mickey. Yeah.
That's Guggle Mickey. Him, Jungle Boogie.
You can always tell Essence by their Congos.
Oh, who Mickey?
Essence.
That's Mickey.
Yeah, you can always tell Essence by the Congo. Yeah.
That's why I
They
said
got the best. Yeah, they had the best. Like Trouble had the best horn section. I mean, Essence had the best Congo and session. I mean,
you know,
yeah.
It's like Jungle Boogie, Wink was Junkyard. Jungle Boogie was that Trouble? Or was that
Was
EU?
it?
Do a Jungle Boogie. Was that EU?
I'm not sure.
I think Jungle Boogie was like EU.
I think it was EU, but I don't remember it exactly.
I know EU had.
I did, and I did a lot of drugs back then too. So shit is a little hazy.
So I know Wink, Mickey, and Juju, Jungle Boogie, and you had Juju. Juju, I think, was for EU. I think Juju was EU and Jungle Boogie was Trouble Funk.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Little Boogie was Pleasure, the girl. Little Boogie. That was Tasha. Mickey taught her how to play. Back in the day, a lot of things.
Right. Look at it. We getting that go-go history.
I mean, no, they ain't getting it, but for so far back, Go-Go been around with my aunts and uncles and them. You know, that was coming up. And they used
Yeah,
to all hang out. Lorenzo and Benny and all that. So that's even older.
My uncle, he's from DC. Every time he throws cookouts and stuff and all, he plays go-go. Go-go's not real big.
Chuck Brown, Block Party. That's what my daddy always played. Let's have a block. That was his stuff. Chuck Brown. That was the man.
No, he plays like, you know what I mean, like newer junk, you know what I mean, like I remember a couple years ago he had that Hello and
Hello from the Other Side. Yeah, that was
Hello. Yeah.
When they did the cover of Adele. You right, Molly ain't never lied. They do cover like nobody business. They can do a lot of good cover stuff.
Yeah.
Songs they make some songs they make even sound better.
I was about to say that. Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
They make some songs sound even better when they hit it, when they mix the go-go into it.
Have you heard the go-go? Have you heard the go-go boots on the ground?
No. Oh my gosh, they got a go-go boots on the ground.
They got a go-go boots on the ground.
Now who does that?
I'm not sure, but I heard and that shit was cranking.
Where them fans at? A go-go boots on the ground. Now you gonna make me go look it up.
Yeah, go find it.
On the ground. Whoa,
yeah, like I said, at work when I connect to the speaker, I could play country, no complaints. I can play rock and roll, no complaints.
No, what country would you go to? What's your country? No complaints.
For
I like country too.
Go to Southern Soul. They should be kicking.
Country, Southern Soul.
Southern Soul.
I can even play
King George and all them.
Oh yeah, okay.
I can even play you know what I mean, hip hop, you know what I mean, Tupac, all that and all. And sometimes no complaint until they start cussing and stuff and all. But once I put on go-go, turn that jungle music off.
They say that.
Yeah.
And these are white folks you working with. And
it's the black ones. That's my point. Around here, they do not like go-go.
Shit. Go to Baltimore, they don't like go-go.
But certain artists, they freak with certain artists. You know, worldwide, you got to be a worldwide artist because everybody like doing the it. I bet you played that.
Sex, yeah.
They like that. It's certain songs.
We got a big old butt. Oh
yeah. Money by Chuck Brown.
I need the money. I feel like Busta Loose. You know, it's certain songs, David. Certain go-go songs that's universal. You can play that song from Boston to Georgia, to Mississippi. A Mississippi bullfrog said, the Harlem stuff. Excuse me, Dougie.
Like
they all know. And Mississippi like that song. I need some money. Maybe because they do a shout out to Mississippi. I don't know.
You can tell who's at the job got roots in DC. Because, like I said, you know what I mean. When I play the junk, you know what I mean. They'll be in the middle of the aisle, you know what I mean. You know, dancing and everything like that. But like people that's from here, no, they be like, oh, here he goes with that jungle music again. I like go-go.
Yeah.
It's in my bones. It's cultural.
It's cultural. About it. Younger kids. Go die out though because younger kids don't really fuck with it as much.
Yeah, the newer generation though. Yeah. It's always the old heads that go back. Like with Chuck Brown before he died, he used to pack them in, and everybody would be mostly everybody be 40 and older. When Chuck Brown
40 and older
do his concert, because I went up until he passed. Because you got to be a Chuck Brown here. My sister down in Calvin, she don't know nothing about Junkyard. Or the other stuff, but she like Esther's, and we went to see Big Tony for his birthday last year before last. So Trouble Funk, she like she know the old stuff. When we would Chuck, she would break her neck to get to Chuck. And I said that's the 40 and older crowd. And
the 40 and older crowd.
In there. Ain't nobody in there fighting. Everybody taking sips, eating, drinking, having a good time. It's a different vibe.
Right.
So it don't that they wouldn't be bound. Everybody be chilling. It was a chillax. They put their little cute little outfit on, their little jean outfit. The girls had their little cute outfit on. They dressed to impress, kind of, and they would head be on beat. And they be like, Chuck, bomb me up, Chuck. Bomb me up, Chuck. Talk to me quick now. What? And nobody, because it is an older crowd. It is a different time, a different era. And everybody is chill now. There was the same ones that when they was youngins, they was hell. But as they got older, they chilled out. And certain groups do that to you. And certain go-go groups still got the youngins coming, and everything can be all hyped.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a different swag, a different era.
You win.
What you got for us in the video set up? Let's see what we got.
Yo, Weezy. What up, Weezy?
Hey, Weezy Wee.
I got my boy, I think named Bill Maher, the little comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he pissing off people. I want to get y'all opinion on how y'all feel about it, because I don't think he's wrong, but I'm going to play.
Two, things have changed enough so that moving forward, the rule should be, if you're being abused, you got to leave right away. Now, I completely understand why in the past women often did not do that. I understand, as counterintuitive as it seems, why an abused woman would send complimentary texts or emails to her abuser after the abuse. In an era where women felt for good reason that OG predators like Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein would never be held accountable, why not at least get something out of it? These men were surrounded by all sorts of enablers, skeptical cops, assistants who lured women into unsafe spaces, cowards who knew what was going on but didn't dare expose the person who signed their paycheck. In that scenario, it was not illogical for an abused woman to say, well, if I can't get justice for my pain, can I at least get a receipt, a coupon? But a lot has changed. Cosby and R. Kelly went to prison. Harvey Weinstein is going to die in prison. Larry Nassar is serving 175 years. Jeffrey Epstein was murdered in his jail cell by Hillary Clinton. Post-Me Too, reporting of sexual crimes is way up, as is the percent of women who say they're now more likely to speak out if victimized. And many states have changed laws, making it easier for victims to come forward. We're not in the no one listens to women or takes them seriously era anymore. Operators are actually standing by to take your calls. And I'm aware that it can be difficult to leave an abusive relationship. Most of what I watch on TV is the Lifetime channel. But this should be society's new grand bargain. We take every accusation seriously, but don't tell me any more about your contemporaneous account that you said to two friends 10 years ago. Tell the police right away. Don't wait a decade. Don't journal about it. Don't turn it into a one-woman show. And most importantly, don't keep fucking him. Two,
Was that his monologue? Was that it, Molly? Or did it stop playing? Because he said two. He was going into something else. I don't know. Was he going into something else? He said too.
No, I think that was just the beginning repeating.
Oh, okay, because I want to hear two, because he was given, that was just one. We heard what was the other one?
So what was the original question? What is that doing? You said it's making people mad.
I don't know. It didn't make me mad.
It made me mad. I ain't feel.
Man, I mean, part of, I mean, a lot of it is true. Like, I mean, I understand, you know, I mean, people say it's like a psychological junk to, you know, I mean, befriend your abuser and all that mess and everything, you know. But I don't know. I'm different. If I'm not going to, you know, I mean, stay with somebody for 10 years or whatever like that. No, be unhappy. Life is too short. Life is
Shit,
too
I ain't gonna
short.
stay with you 10 days.
Exactly.
Well, that's now we talking about, but a lot of people back then did stay with their in abusive marriages.
They did.
You know, especially if you had kids with the people. I got family members that did. So
I got family members that probably still in it.
So, and it was because they, you know, it was like they're not telling nobody but God. It was like the
I remember that used to be the storylines and the stories and stuff, like all my children and junk and all, where, you know what I mean, the woman would get raped and then next you know she's marrying the dude that raped her and junk like that. Like on like General Hospital and all that mess.
Brainwashing them, telling them to do this and it's okay. This is normal behavior for him to go upside your head. I have never. Well, you got it depends on the woman. Some women take it and some women don't. I've never seen my grandfather raise a hand.
I've been telling my.
They said Granny didn't play that. Oh, my grandfather don't believe in that either. So it depends on how you raise. But then you see some.
Shit, I've been telling my boy to leave for years.
Oh, their wife be whooping them up. So it be sometimes.
Yeah, I've been telling that nigga to leave for years. You ain't got to stay in there and take that. Shit.
That ping with that frying pan.
Yeah.
Ping.
Yeah. Ping. Shit, you ain't got to take that. Shit. Hell, get your own job.
So, as far as you have to stay with it, that's the question, Molly.
Nah, based the video, he got flagged because he was saying that today, not 50 years ago, 30 years ago, today, as life is today, women shouldn't have to wait 10 years to report anything. Them days over. He's saying if something happened, report it now, ASAP. Don't wait 20 years later. The show 10 to, he said them days are over. He understood back in the day why women couldn't do it. So ain't no point in bringing up back in the days when 30, 40 years ago. And that's what people tend to miss. So they bring up old shit like, well, I know somebody that 40 years ago, and that's where he getting flagged back. So it's like they skipped over the part when he said, I understand back in the day it was harder for women back in them days. But for them women back in them days now can get justice for shit that happened back in them days. For women that it happened to today, shouldn't have to wait 20 to 30 years to speak up. He said, this is his opinion. I agree with it. I feel like if something happened to you, if something happened to you, you should speak up immediately if you can, as soon as possible, if you can. Don't wait 10 to 15 years later. Don't keep fucking the guy and keep doing all this stuff and act like you just can't get out of it. In today's day, like now, all the technology and things we got going on today, if you're just in an abusive relationship. Now, if you just been kidnapped and this dude can possibly kill you, you might got to find another way out. But I'm saying you just in an abusive relationship, tell somebody, a cousin, your brother, somebody, if you have family. If not, go to the police station, let somebody know. But don't wait around. Don't sit around, keep fucking the guy and just constantly get beat. And I agree with that. I agree exactly what he was saying. But he getting a lot of flag back. What's your thoughts, Funny Man? Was he wrong for saying that?
No. I don't think he was wrong at all. I mean, you're saying exactly what I just said like 5 minutes ago.
Now I got two opinions. This one's from Louisa. Louisa said one thing that we must remember is the abuse never starts physically. By the time the physical abuse starts, the abuser has mentally, which makes it difficult to leave at first. At first, they're all in your mind. You know how people fight. Either you made me hit you, I love you, blah, 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 blah. And then Choutbout said that a lot of these women with these allegations on these celebrities are lying. He said, bro, they need the money. Now, that's true. And it's messed up because the good ones get mixed up with the bad ones. You know what I mean? It takes a couple of bad apples that spoil the bunch. I mean, a couple of people, whether they're male or female nowadays, come out on these celebrities' allegations. And then when you come out with a true allegation on a celebrity, they're going to think you lying too. No, she lying. Ain't nobody going to take it for real. That's the proof of finding proof. Like, show me the receipts. And then, like Louisa was saying, in relationships, that it don't start off physical. One day, you might get slapped across the room. And they be like, baby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I have a lot on my chest. And you be like, okay, I understand. By trying to be understanding to the maid. And then we forgive them and screw. And then it starts all over again. And once the first time that you accept that hit, that's when he know he got you. He could abuse you because you accepted the first time.
And also the mental is, like putting down your character and everything. Because I deal with this. I deal with this all the time. I got a lot of homegirls. I'm sitting there trying to tell them, like the movie says, get out. Well, he says that that I don't look like I used to, and nobody's gonna want me with 4 or 5 kids and buy this. That's that mental. They feel stuck. They feel, Yeah. And I'll be telling them, I'm like, if you feel so about your body or whatever, there's all these gyms, there's this, don't I tell a lot of people, don't let anybody control you. Whether it's physically, mentally, or whatever.
That's true. Louisa said that women that lie should be arrested. I agree. If you lying on somebody in their character, you should be arrested. How come the woman ain't given accountable for the lies that she told and the life that she destroyed? Or men, if you out there lying on somebody, and like I said, a lie is a dangerous thing. It could ruin. People say it's more than just words. It's dangerous. It could kill lives. It could ruin you. And people that tell these tales need to be held accountable for the lives they're or damaged. They really do. What's Chow saying? Look, I can see if it comes through on Facebook because it's on my phone. It says,
hey fam, I'm gonna have to get ready to bounce out of here. I'll holler at y'all later.
All right, baby.
Hey, brother.
Shoutbout said Smokey Robinson didn't have to assault. I'm gonna say assault because we know what he mean. He didn't have to snatch nobody back them in the day. He said women was throwing their panties and their telephone numbers on stage at him. It'd be a lot of groupies, but it'd be those same groupies that turn around and say that he assaulted me. Oh, he ravished me. Instead of saying RAPE, we would say ravished. Oh, he ravished me. It'd be the same groupies that threw it on the stage, gave him the number, snuck out the house and everything. Oh, then you find out that they're underage. Just like when Chuck Berry got arrested, because this groupie went to his car. He wouldn't stay in the hotel. But the girl came to the car looking for Chuck Berry. And he didn't know she was underage. He did, maybe he didn't. He said he didn't. So
I like what Murray said. He's seen most of these joints in Lifetime movies. You know, like a lot of women see a lot of these Lifetime movies. I think women got mental illness. Like when they see something happen to another woman, it happened to them now.
Yeah.
You know, so they just eventually just be like, no, I gotta. If they hear another woman saying they went through something that they seen on TV, they like, this what happened on Lifetime. Men really be doing that. No, that was an actor in that movie. They tend to forget. No, men really be doing, because on Lifetime I seen one that ain't real. You know, so that's the thing that be bothering me. And then when you talk to some women, most of them, they always say they got raped. You know, it's like so many women out there, man, it's like, oh, I've been raped, I've been molested, you know, I've been raped. I'm like, God damn, this tend to happen a lot. And some of them, it can be in the family, it can be a friend or something. And every time you ask, why you didn't say nothing? They say, because nobody wasn't going to believe me. This not even a celebrity. This motherfucker ain't nobody. This is somebody up the street. It just be like, dude, I just never understood that. And then the people I know that went through it physically, that actually reported, their story be totally different. This dude raped me. I ran. I called the police. I told my family we trying to hurt this dude. But for the women that say they went through it, it seems like sometimes they just want to say they went through it too. They just never say nothing. And it's just be like, why you ain't say nothing? Because this person wasn't going to believe me and that person. So I just let this dude go around and just possibly rape another woman then. You know, so that's the only part that just always was mind-boggling to me. Like, why and you didn't say nothing? Why you ain't saying nothing now? And how is it? Like, I never understood that part. But it tend to happen a lot. And I ain't saying that it ain't true for a lot of these women. I just was like, what makes them not say nothing to a dude that probably can't even afford a fucking lawyer? They still will sit there and just won't say nothing because they assume that nobody's gonna believe them. Like, they need to think that everybody believe me from it. No, this happened to you. Who cares? Tell the police and see if they believe you. Who cares? The cousin, and that just made me think, like, for most of them women, they probably be freaked out or known for fucking around a lot. That's the only reason why somebody won't believe you if you known for being a hoe or something. But outside of that, if you ain't known for being a hoe and you saying this happened to you, people jump on that and believe you. But you out here, you fast, and you doing that, it don't sound believable to them, but they like, you out here fucking it, being in people's faces all the time. We don't believe it. So I don't know. I just hope women be careful out there, and if something happens, say something. Don't wait around, say something.
It's the fear, Molly. It's different situations for different scenarios. Like some people that got ravished end up, they call, oh, she a hoe, she this, she that. And she may not even be, but she got ravished anyway. And then it's a persona, you know, that's out there. And then some people are scared of their selling, scared they're gonna come back, do it again, beat them up or whatever. Some people, it's just different things that holds, you know, that you gotta talk to it on an individual one-on-one basis, because every woman are different. And men are getting abused too. Some men are getting sexually assaulted by other men, and they won't say nothing, or because they scared that, that they will be called homos then. But if you get ravished, that do not make you gay, or it's because somebody did that to you, that does not make you gay. It makes you a victim of that crime. And a lot of people, they was like, I ain't saying nothing, taking it to me to my grave. I'm ashamed that it happened. I'm ashamed, you know. Or some people get back and alive the people. Some people, you hear these stories about people, what happened to them? Oh, he did such and such, because trust and believe. Some people are for real on that get back and revenge. And some people, family members, know that somebody do that. They're not going to tell the police. They're not going to tell the police. You're going to find them in the back alley behind the club, stuffed in a paper bag in the dumpster.
Yes. I be wondering why though. Why do people need people to believe them before they report it? That's the part that man. But you get robbed and beat to death, your ass damn near to death. You ain't gonna tell the police like, I don't know for sure. Like, I'm scared. Like, nah, y'all be reporting that shit ASAP. Car accident, anything. It's just like, and when it come to that, it's like the dude must be still close by, or do they say threatening things? If you say something, I'm like, I don't know, some weird people out here, but they can't be still out here walking around doing it to multiple women because one woman's scared to step up and say something. It's like y'all don't think of the other women that possibly can go through the same thing that you're going through right there at that second. Y'all don't try to save them. That's weird. And when we say men go through it as well, men get abused as well. At the
Child,
time, Jerry Lewis was married to a minor.
Jerry Lee Lewis, not Jerry Lewis, but Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lewis? What
Jerry
you mean?
Lewis and Jerry Lee Lewis are two different things. Jerry Lewis is the comedian actor. Jerry Lee Lewis is the singer that sung
Singer, yeah.
On Fire, and he married his little cousin or something.
White
Underage, yeah.
A young white woman, but because Chuck was black and that girl.
Dude, Elvis was with Priscilla.
Wait a
Priscilla
minute,
at 14.
comment, David.
That's weird. I was finished reading. Go ahead. What do you say? It was what, Dave?
I said Elvis Presley was with Priscilla when she was like 14.
And how old was he?
Google that.
I don't know.
He was too old.
30.
We all know Jerry Lee Lewis was a grown man up in his late 20s or 30s. And his cousin was only 13, and he took and married her. Took her right on off, and that's when
I know a woman that threw a lie on her rapist. She lied on him. Exactly. My boots on the neck don't wait till I blow up to say he did it and held my arms behind my.
But y'all bring up a good point. Child said they should be made to take a lie detector test. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
That ain't 100% like accurate. Though. Like use that for nothing. You know, like they don't really say if you did it or not.
But child, now you're gonna have a whole bunch of people coming back to get your ass. So don't wait till you put his boot on their neck. Look, child, they're waiting for you to blow up. That's why they let you put the boot on the neck. They say, "Ooh, he gonna be someday."
That's a good question. Josh said, "Dude, some women report it because they feel that another man may not want to be with them." I don't think so because they wouldn't tell another man that it happened. You know, it's like I don't think so. But that could be a case.
That's a lot of shame that could be poured on the woman. The woman could be feeling great shame and embarrassed that how'd you let somebody do such? Say you didn't do nothing. You didn't tell the police.
No. Josh is right. Josh is right.
He agree.
Yeah, no, he's right.
But that's his question. He had a question. Ain't really saying that. So that's his question to it.
There is some chicks that I was with or whatever like that. No, you know what I mean. Though I would say breakdown, but you know what I mean. They were like, you know what I mean. You're not going to judge me. You know what I mean. This happened. You know what I mean. When I was younger, this happened. This. You know. So, like Reese said, you know what I mean. It's that shame or whatever like that.
But that ain't why they reporting it. Funny man, they tell you this shit after it happened 30 years ago. When it happened, do they not tell you because they're ashamed? Did a woman ever come to you and say, I got raped yesterday? You know, it always come later. So it's like he's saying, is they too ashamed to speak up when it happened because of what other men might think about it? And that could be the case if that's what you're saying. If they're ashamed later on, you're probably right. Yeah. They might be ashamed early on too.
Yeah, because it depends on the situation. Like they're going to say, do you know the person? It'll be easier to tell the rape on a stranger that's been you've been jogging and they throw you down versus if your family member or somebody or a friend of the family. And y'all notice that when you get assaulted out in the you know, they tell immediately. But when it's somebody that the family know or they know, that they wait to tell them. Y'all notice that? Well, y'all probably ain't noticed that. But it's because of the shame of how'd you let this person, like where did the person come from? Who is the person? It could be a family, friend, member, or whatever. Who is that? And how'd you get in that predicament? Why you let him come over? Why was you alone with that person? And all of that, it plays like you picking the person apart instead of they shame because they don't want to be under the spotlight like that. They don't want to be scrutinized. And then at the end of the hearing, you probably wanted him to do it, or you probably let him because he go back ask the man, no, we was doing this and that. It's so many different things that plays a part of it. It's just not one thing. You can't say why this, why that. Yeah. So many different factors in the situation and who the person is. Like if you was accosted And people that get raped by total strangers, they tell immediately because they're calling the police afterwards if they're not dead. If you're not dead, you calling the police immediately. Somebody broke in, and then immediately. I'm jogging on the trail. They ravished me. They fondled me immediately. The ones that they wait is when the predator knows the person or the family.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that you better not say nothing. They ain't gonna believe you, or you want to start all of this or that. It's fear because they scared that if I tell David, he gonna go out. David and Ellie gonna go out and kill the man, and I don't want to say nothing because I don't want my brother locked up or my uncle or whatever.
Why the police don't exist? That's the thing. Would the police don't exist? Would the police go out there and shoot the rapists, or would they lock them up?
No, they're going to look for them and look for the suspects, drag it into court, and drag it all across the coast.
I don't know what they're going to do, but I think if you tell the police, that would be good than not telling nobody because of what people may think or not think. I just think it's a bad message for the other young women that it might happen to, that you never can speak up. And that's probably what happened. Other women say it happened to them. They couldn't speak up and they couldn't speak up. I'm happy they're in the era now and they speaking up. Nigga can't even touch a girl wrong. They try to get something off you. So I'm with it.
Yeah, but it also depends. But it
Easy.
depends though.
And people that really happen to, it's all mixed up together. So you gotta really judge and not be judgmental.
Yeah.
You gotta judge without judging. You know what I mean?
But it also depends too, Reese.
Hey
y'all. I was typing. I'm like, let me come in here. I ain't about to keep on.
I'm glad because I've stopped reading all this stuff, messing up my eye energy.
No, but like I said, it depends. Sometimes it depends on the age. It depends on how or when it happened. And like you were saying, Reese, if it's somebody close to you or somebody that knows, sometimes that threat. If you tell I'm gonna do this to that person or I'll do this to you, it just depends on where you are, how old you are, how you process. When it happened to me, I was set up. I didn't know. I was set up. But I was trying to protect. I was at the pool. I was trying to protect my brother and sisters from this dude. He kept on stalking us. So I went to the lifeguard, tell him about the dude. He's like, I'm gonna get rid of him. I walk. He's like, come here. Who you talking about? So he wanted me to show him. I showed him. He was like, well, go in here. I was like, what about my brother? He said, no, I had a lifeguard watching me, trying to hide you, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Kind of find out, them two plotted against me the whole time, and the lifeguard did it. But I felt it was my fault for not being smart enough to see it. I was a virgin. I ain't had sex with nobody ever. And so I felt like because I was the protector of my siblings, I had to take care of my siblings. I had to take care of my family. I felt stupid because I couldn't take care of myself. And while it was happening, I disassociated. So afterwards, I don't know how I felt. I just felt disconnected. And I ran and was trying to make sure my sister and brother were okay. And they went to the pool. The other lifeguard watched them. And they were fine. And they were trying to figure out where I was. I couldn't tell them. Because I felt like I failed. And we went home and I never went back to that pool. I didn't go back until I was like 18. And I had a boyfriend then, so I felt like with him, I wouldn't have to deal with it, but the boy was gone by then.
And if you ever saw that nigga on the street, you probably would have killed him.
No, well, back then probably, I don't know. Because again, I felt like it was my fault.
Yep. I feel your pain. I felt like that it was all a setup too. Well, mine was a setup as well. Yeah. But and I was scared to call the police because if I called the police, they would have to go with my grandparents. And I knew my grandparents and my family. Thank you for Mr. Officer, but I knew they would strike revenge on their own because that's how they
have that. I didn't have that protection. So I didn't say no. I was
scared for them. I was like, I don't want to get them locked up or go to jail. But then my buddies handled it. The right people handled it. And the person got dealt with really bad. And the person got locked out too. We snitched on them and everything.
And they should. But that's what I'm saying. It just depends on the situation. Your situation is different because you had that protection. I didn't have that protection. I was the protection. And I felt like it was my fault because I was the protection. I should have seen it coming. This is how I felt at 15.
That wasn't your fault.
Yeah, but this is how I felt at 15.
At the time.
So when it finally came out, I was by the time it came out, so I ended up telling my boyfriend, who is now my ex-husband and the father of all my children, but I told him, we was watching Lifetime, of course, on the phone, and this was based on a true story. And this girl, it was I forgot what the woman's name was, but she had a mental issues and she was a cause and they raped her. And I started crying on the phone. And he was like, I know something was wrong. So I told him. Of course, he was angry. But that didn't come out until like 17, 18. And then I didn't tell my mother until I was like maybe 19 or 20. Well, I had already had a child by then. That boy was already gone. But I didn't have, I'll say this. My parents were home, but they weren't there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I had family, but they were, everybody was in their own life. And because I'm the oldest daughter, and I've always had to care for my mother and my siblings, and then my mom got married and I had to care for my stepfather, I was not covered. I wasn't protected. So I didn't have anybody to run to. So I didn't tell.
Right. Well,
and so, which is so crazy to be talking about this because I thought I dealt with this. Apparently it's the blame is what's bothering me. I still blame myself. But
here you go, baby.
Yeah, you 15. Let's go to 15. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I made sure that my siblings weren't bothered. My siblings weren't touched to as much as I could. You know what I'm saying? I fought for them. I even fought my stepfather over them. You know what I'm saying? So I was their protector, but I had no protector, which is why I did not tell. And sometimes that's the story. Now, some of these niggas out here lying. Some of them lying, and that's why I said they ought to be locked up. Because if you're lying just to cover up yourself being a hoe, you need to go to jail. Because there are a lot of innocent men that have done nothing, and they get locked up for that. So I totally agree. Lock their ass up.
Yeah, it still be a lot of kids that doesn't. So it's still like a lot of older men dealing with kids. Even if you ain't had to take it from her, just to be talking to a kid, it's still messed up. But my daughter 15, and I just can't imagine her feeling like she ain't had nowhere to go to. No matter what my parents dealt with, my parents was crackheads growing up. I got laughed and joked about, but anytime I was in trouble, I always went to my parents. I don't care if they high or sober. I feel comfortable going to them, letting them know something happened or this happened, and I got advice from them. So it's just sad that you ain't feel like you had somebody you can go to and tell them this happened to me.
The thing is, my mother was dealing with so much. She had mental issues. I couldn't come to her because she wasn't available. She tried to be, but she couldn't be. My dad worked all the time, and then, now, when you get older, you find out things. It's a lot of stuff he was dealing with that we didn't know. He took it out on us, but, they both did because they didn't, I couldn't go to nobody. And then my biological father, he was in and out. I would call him sometimes, but I couldn't come to him with that either. It's like, because I was who I was and who I am, which I'm pulling away from a lot. Again, I was the protector. When you're the protector, if you don't have somebody with you, now as adults, that's different. But as a kid, when you have to be put in that position to be the third parent, you don't have a covering. And I had nobody to run to. Nobody.
She right.
Well, that's tough, son. That's why people need to make sure you talking to your kids no matter what. And never trust them out, definitely.
Oh, look, let me tell you, my son.
And to this day, my family don't know what happened to me.
I'm mad at the nigga now. I want to beat it that.
Some friends do, but my grandparents went to their grave never knowing. My mother and father living today don't even know what happened to me. I mean, so it's because like Louisa said, you feel that you can't tell nobody. Then you don't want them to say, "Oh, it's your fault."
Yes,
Or
and I
everything
would have
else,
been blamed for it. I would have been blamed. I know I would have been blamed.
It's your fault. Why'd you do this?
Yeah,
Why'd
like
you do that?
that's
Yeah.
sick. Yeah, that's sickening. You know, like that will hurt me as a parent. You know, just hearing my child 20 years from now or something saying something happened to her, and I was there to do something about it, and she said I felt like I had nobody to go to. You know, it was
Yeah, my
like,
mother.
damn, it's like
Yeah, my
it just
mother. When she found
crushes
out.
everything as an adulthood. You know, it's like, what the fuck was I'm here for? You know, that'd be tough. You
Yeah,
know, so
when she
that's
found out, she cried. She apologized to me, but
yeah,
so they were dealing with a lot of things. And again, like I tell my kids, adults are just older kids. We are
yeah,
learning every day. We're grown. We got to handle business, but we've never been this age before. We're learning just like you are. So
yeah,
that's why I apologize when I'm wrong. If I hurt you, I'm sorry. You know, and because I'm human, just like you human. You got feelings just like I do, and I'm not better than you just because I'm your mom. I just lived
yeah,
life longer than you, had more experiences, so I'm teaching you so you ain't got to go down that road.
yeah.
My kids do not, man, they do not. My oldest son found out about this 2 years ago. He was angry because
Yeah,
he couldn't protect me. I said, how could you protect me? You weren't even brought up yet, Of course, like you said, you angry, you angry. This was years ago.
yeah,
He was
it's handy.
angry. And he said, you know what, Mom? Now that I know this, I understand why you did the things you did. You wouldn't let me spend the night at nobody's house. Hell no. You wouldn't let me do so. I don't even let my kids, they just starting to go. And my youngest two ain't going no damn where. So, but because his father told him, and he was telling him about it. Now he understood why he couldn't go nowhere. Now you can come over to my house, but best believe mommy right there in that room. I'm not playing them games. Oh, I need to know who the mother and father is. You want them to go somewhere with you? I'm coming too. Or where you at? What's the number? What's the address? No, I'm not playing with you. When they got older, I let them go places, but I need to know everything. Because if I got to go pull up the difference between me, I'm gonna pull up on that ass. And if I find out you did something to my child, you up out of here. Ain't no questions. That's the difference. I don't play that shit.
Yeah, child say most times it's someone you think you can trust that does stuff like that. The woman, he said that's why you let your guard down. You thought you can trust him because
Yeah,
he was
because
there
I
for
knew, well, I thought I knew him. I had been coming to that pool for years. And he was cool. He never made a pass at me or nothing.
Yeah, that's what, man. Damn, so the things women gotta go through at a young age by these weird older men out here. It's like, God, it's so the count is crazy. So many more women out here than men, and it's still men out here feel like they gotta take it, especially from a younger child. You know, it's just like some people sick out here. These people shouldn't be walking around. They need to find a new punishment, like chop dicks off or something. I think that'll slow things down.
Chemical castration.
Castration don't do nothing to you. All it do is take your dick away. They'll find another way to penetrate you.
Oh my God.
It's a
Cut their hands off too. Hands and penis. What's that funny, man?
Yep, because
people gotta die.
people think rape and everything and all is a physical thing. Is not physical, it's a mental thing.
It's all of it.
It's I mean, well, it's both. It's both, but it's mainly about power and control and
because once they finish with your body, they still inside your head, the act, the deed, and everything. And it's a mental thing, and it messes with the individual that it happened to. And then a lot of times women don't tell other men because then you're labeled as damaged goods too.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You're damaged now.
Okay, that makes sense.
You get blamed. Or what was you wearing? Or what were you doing? Or what was you? And then that's why boys don't talk out, because a lot of boys are molested and raped too. They don't talk about it. One, because anytime you have an older woman that sleep with a young boy, that's rape. I don't care. You ain't supposed to be having sex with no 25, 30-year-old woman at 11, at 14. No.
They find it cute.
But what was David saying about a mental rape? What are you talking about, David?
Yeah.
Well, because you know what I mean. I talk. It's why I sympathize with a lot of women, though, because you know what I mean. There's a lot of people that be like, "Oh, don't talk to her because she's a hoe," or don't be friends with her because she's on drugs, whatever like that. No, I do the opposite. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I sit there, you know what I mean, and trying to get to the heads and stuff and all. And a lot of them tell me the reason why they was on drugs, or the reason why they were promiscuous, or the reason why this and all, because they was either molested or raped or whatever like that. No, and it does something to the mental.
Right. So tell me what the mental, like that's the aftermath of being physically assaulted.
Yeah.
That's the aftermath. And then you got to be careful until you won't seem like a predator as well. Because while you there listening to their story and everything, you still getting close to them. Is it because you're trying to get with them, or because you just genuinely trying to be a friend?
I mean, it's a combination. Like I said, it's a combination of both or whatever. No, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Getting you know what I mean. You know what I mean. When I'm trying to, you know what I mean, get to know that person or whatever like that. No, I mean, I don't know what it is about me, but a lot of people like break down and tell me a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I mean? That like they, you know what I mean. I guess they trust me or whatever like that. No, but. Yeah, I know a whole bunch of stories or whatever, and you know what I mean, like Molly said, you know what I mean, it's common, it's common, you know what I mean, like a good example on this panel, you know what I mean, both you two said you experienced that or whatever, and
it was both set up, like what the heck? But you know why? You have, when you're not out there. Because I was not out there. I was one of the homeboys. I was a tomboy. I wasn't out there trying to get no dudes. All the boys were trying to get me. I was just trying to hang with them. I ain't give a damn. I wasn't into all that stuff. And Reese, she wasn't out there either. It's like,
still tomboy.
What's that? The forbidden fruit? That's the forbidden fruit. And of course, you guys know I'm bubbly. I'm nice. I'm sweet. You know, I mean, I speak and I'm, you know, that's how I was then. I'm still the same way. I just had more anger then. I was very angry. But I've always been this way. And so some people take that as an invitation and it's not.
Yeah.
And, you know, so and I'm glad you hear these stories, David, because I'm like that too. People just walk up to me and tell me things and I'd be like, wow, you know, they can feel the comforting spirit in you. And that's why you're able to learn these things. But, you know, the thing about this, it's a sensitive subject on both ends. We as women usually will share it, but men will not. And so I really wish that men had or felt safe enough to share and point out them broads too. Or the men that do, because men rape boys too. Women do too. Women rape women. Women rape little girls. It happens.
Yes.
That happened to my sister. I found out. A girl.
That's sick, man. So what advice would y'all have for young women out here if they was to deal with this and feel like they don't have nobody to go to? What advice would y'all have for them?
Tell the teacher.
Tell somebody.
Teacher good.
Your
See, that's good, teacher.
Yeah, because sometimes they be little, it be little kids sometimes. Tell the teacher, tell
somebody,
tell your friend's mommy, tell your friend's daddy, tell somebody you're close to. If you can't tell your parents, you tell your friend's parents. You tell somebody, if you go to church, tell somebody, and you gotta watch church too, because they off the chain in there too. The pastor trying to get my sister.
The pastors, the deacons, and some of the
feet. Yeah, like you gotta be careful in there, but you tell somebody. Do not believe them when they tell you, if you tell them to do something to you. They already did something to you. Go tell. Go tell. Yeah. Tell your mommy. Tell your daddy. If they don't listen, tell somebody else. But tell. Boys and girls. Tell. Nobody's supposed to touch your vagina. Nobody's supposed to touch your penis. Nobody's supposed to touch your butt. Nobody's supposed to touch your chest. Nobody's supposed to touch your mouth. Ain't nobody supposed to touch nothing on you but the doctor, and your parents supposed to be there when they do it. I tell my kids this. I've always told my children this. If I'm not in that room with you, the doctor don't got permission. I don't even have permission to touch you. Your daddy don't have permission to touch you.
And I had to tell my son the same thing because one of his friend's uncle, come to find out it wasn't his real uncle, was calling him on his phone. He was a teen. I was like, wait a minute, sir. You go through me. You don't. No. Because I was a little leery about that. And I was like, did he ever try something with such and such? I'm like, no. I mean, I look at men and women, like you said, Tyree wasn't allowed to go over and spend the night either. They come over here.
You can come over my house.
And that's part of me being protected. And then when you do, who's around? Do they got brothers and sisters? Is the stepfathers in the house? The mom? I had to get some background information. I had to know about.
Well, hold on. You said stepfathers. I'm gonna say this.
Fathers, stepfathers,
anybody, stepfather. We can't
what
do
men
that.
Are around?
Be afraid because most stepfathers not doing that to their stepchildren. Sometimes it be the blood fathers.
It's both.
It's both. Sometimes it be the blood mother. I know. I'm just saying, but there is a negative connotation over stepfathers. So I just want to say that my stepfather never made a pass at me ever. He just ain't had no sense.
Look, unfortunately,
treated,
Weezy's stepfather is my childhood friend.
Yeah,
I was 11 years old. Ain't that something?
He never did anything like that to me or my siblings. Did he beat our ass? He sure did. A lot of times it was not deserved. But he did not ever cross that line. Ever. So we're not going to do that to the stepfathers. There are a lot of wonderful stepfathers out here. There are a lot of
stepdaddies.
But then there's a lot of ones that ain't good now.
There are some
to the fathers that's coming up. So to the fathers that's good, kudos to you. Whether you're stepfathers, stepdaddies, or whatever, kudos to the good ones. But there's a lot of it's all mixed up, just like with the women. There's some good mamas. There's
always blame
and there's some bad mamas and bad stepmamas. I can't let people go around and believe everything hunky-dory, everything's all granted. There's not evil in the world, because there is evil in the world. And they need to know that everything that goes on.
They know that. All you gotta do is cut on your TV. They see that it's negative in the world. I'm just saying it still don't come down to most times you got a bad step parent, that's that parent fault that they with. You know, if you get a nasty cake that you don't like, your mother bought it, that's her fault. It ain't your fault your cake is nasty on your birthday. Your mother bought the cake. So it's like she gonna keep bringing this man home that's a bad stepdad. That's their fault. If she gonna keep bringing this, he gonna keep bringing this woman home that's a bad stepmom, then that's his fault. You know, eventually it's hard to find a partner that fits you, but you definitely got to find one that respects your child. It's like for y'all to go through it, but they ain't got nothing to do with you being a bad step parent, being a bad spouse. Y'all can go through whatever y'all go through. The kid should never be affected. So if the kid being affected and can say like my stepdad or my stepmom some shit, something ain't right. You need to find somebody else job.
And that's if they listen to the kids. A lot of times they don't listen to us.
Invitation. Kindness isn't an invitation to take from anyone. You're right about that.
I said, have this discussion with my daughter all the time. I remember the first time I told her or whatever. No, I said, if anybody, basically, I said, don't be ashamed to tell me or whatever like that. No, so anybody touches you or tries to touch you, whatever. No, you know what I mean. I said, I'm your dad. I said, you know what I mean. You're supposed to tell me or whatever like that. And of course, you know what I mean, she thinks she's grown and everything. No, she was like, no, first I'm going to kick him in the balls, then I'll tell you or whatever. I said, as long as you tell me or whatever. But that's.
He said, no, I got to get my
like I said, you know what I mean. It used to, like I said, it used to surprise me or whatever, no, you know, but now it's to the point where it doesn't surprise me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's sad, and like Slicky said, it's a sick world. It is. There's evil in the world, but there's also good, you know. And we've had these experiences, or we've heard these experiences. But the great thing is, we didn't allow them to make us who we are or to shift our things. There are a lot of people who, like David was saying, you know, they got on drugs or they became promiscuous. I didn't become promiscuous, for one, because I wasn't promiscuous in the first place. And that's, I'm not blaming,
Right.
you know, the way they've been them being sexually active on them being sexually active before, but I just didn't transform in that way.
Right.
You know, so I didn't turn to drugs, but I did become very angry. You know, I was angry, and I was already angry before that. I was angry at my parents, but that made it more angry because then I blamed myself and blamed them because why weren't y'all there? Why was I supposed to be, you know? So I blamed them, and so that made me even more angry. That made me want to fight. That made me, you know, and I was already fighting to protect people. Now I wanted to fight because I just was angry. So I didn't go the other route, but I did. My fist was up. So,
Right. Right.
Yeah.
but
What Shout said, and it was her neighbor. Wait a minute.
oh, his sister. I mean, his cousin. He
Said my
said
cousin.
assaulted. I can't say what happened to the person, but I will tell you that shit bothers me deeply just from what she went through with that shit. And it was her neighbor pushed her in her apartment when she was coming home, and she felt safe because my aunt used to tell her that he was a good man, and we all knew him. Never thought he would do something like that. Yeah, yep. Always the ones you know, or think you know. That's how they get to you. That's how, because it's not expected.
Yeah, I think kids got it a little good today too for them on a safety tip is they can go live. So even if you can't tell somebody, you can go live right on your social media and put them on blast right then and there. You can actually flip the camera towards them. You know, look, this guy. So that's another plus I think they have with that. Go live. Some haven't hurt that live button and let the world know.
That's a good idea, Ollie. That's a good.
If you could get to your phone, if you can, you know.
I was gonna say because you know what I mean, like you know what I mean. In order to go live, you have to type the description. Then you got to wait the 3, 2, 1. You know what I mean. By that time, you know what I mean.
Or record. No, because my daughter, she be on TikTok all the time. All she got to do is click TikTok thing and press record.
Mm-hmm.
Got seen, you got to talk. She could just press record, and then you know that you ain't just wherever you can get to record, even if you can't record it. That's evidence right there. You know, and like you said, this technology is. They need to use it for something. If you're in a situation like that, use it for that. Don't let the person know you're doing it. But if you would impress it real quick, don't say nothing. Do it. And I think too, like, okay, I'm gonna say this because of my experience, I have really shielded my children from things as much as I can, to the point that my 7-year-old daughter thinks it's okay to go to a pool party. Now the seniors at her school trying to throw a pool party, a Freaknik themed pool party. Say what?
Oh my goodness!
Right, she came out. She's like, okay, they talking about they doing a party. She first of all, she didn't even discuss it. No, ask me if she can go. Okay,
She knew she can go.
Look, now you come on there.
She came out there and cut up the jean shorts, made them shorter, cut up a little tank top, made it short, had her bikini on. I said, what the fuck? Oh, wait, hold on. But why she had some Timbs on with it?
Oh man, she put Tim's or somebody.
She was going up Thugalicious, huh?
She wearing the Tim.
She was gonna stomp somebody out that night, apparently.
Yeah.
Looking like that. Oh, I'm not wearing it today because they not having a pool party. But this is, I'm like, first of all, we didn't have a conversation. So you ain't, no. Second of all, why do you think you're supposed to go out looking like that? Do you even know what freak is? She was like,
she don't know. She couldn't have known.
Oh, you don't know. But I'm like, but you dress like you know. You don't know.
She knows something. She got an idea what them girls and stuff talk about, but they don't really know. Sometimes you don't know until you know.
But that's what I'm saying. Because she didn't have that experience, it's like they willy-nilly. They ain't got to worry about now. Oh, this cute. I want to wear it. This is that. No, go put some fucking clothes on. What are you doing? But this my you. When we go to the pool, you ain't walking out like this. The hell?
Yeah, cover up more. You're getting older. A lot of young girls don't know that. My daughter's starting to get breasts and all that. Like, nope, you gotta cover up.
I mean, you can't hide butt so much, but don't show everything.
Yeah.
Like, girl, I'll clip your ass up down these steps. Go in that damn house. I mean, go in that room and change your clothes. It's not today. Well, it won't be tomorrow either. You're not wearing that. What is wrong with you?
It wasn't in the
Now
day.
you
She
gotta worry
was
about
sure.
her
Look.
freaking out. Look, now she knows that you disapprove
wait.
over it. You gotta check up on her shit every day. What you got on? Come here. Come here. What you got?
Oh yeah. Every time we went to a pool party, you see a group of girls coming in, covered all up. They go in the bathroom. They got a whole new outfit on now. They done, but they respected their parents. They made sure that they at least wear what they think. Then before they leave, they put that outfit right back on.
Hell no.
They put that outfit right back on. I be laughing. They girlfriends might have their outfit in their bags. Whoever can bring it.
We did that. We did that too.
That's
Sneak
the same thing.
and try to do and wear stuff. Man, I remember Scarlett would wear jeans to school, and we get to school, she put it on her skirt.
And we had a lot of Muslim friends, so they should be covered, and then they'd be uncovered. I remember when they first did it, I didn't know who they were. I'm like, who them new girls? They came, what up, Marley? Then I'm like, swear to, I didn't know that was you, because they always was covered so much. We never really seen them. And then we finally did, and we got used to seeing them. They don't cover up to this day now, but they was young. They was forced to have to cover up. They still cover. They go to like Juma or something.
You know,
it's good to, you know, and again, what, like I was telling her, I said, listen, do you see me dressed like that? No. So why you think it's okay for you to dress like that? Even when I was her age, I didn't. First of all, I was thick then, so I was trying to hide stuff. I had everything, boobs, thighs, butt, all that stuff. I was trying to hide my body. I wasn't dressing like that. The shortest thing I ever had on was shorts, and they wasn't all the way up my ass. No,
because you knew at a young age that having an adult body would, you a child, and it'll attract adult attention or older or the boys' attention, and we wasn't trying to attract that. But because of the situation, it was like, I ain't wearing that. I ain't attracting no more attention.
No, but Reese, I learned that at 8. I learned it very early, and I was still a child. And my mother and then was dressing me as a child. I learned very early at 8 years old that you have to be mindful. I was 8 walking down, what's that, 46th Street Northeast?
Mm-hmm.
Hill. To go to the, it was a store at the laundromat above the store. I mean, the store cleaners, and then a store, and then it was apartments above. I'm walking down the street. This old man asked me how old I was. I told him I was 8 years old. He was like, damn, call me when you're 18. I understood that then at 8 years old, I should not have had been able to process what the hell he was saying. But I processed it. Because why? Because before that, teenagers was trying to talk to me. Before that, I would get the looks. So I've been fighting this since I started developing breasts at 6. So I've been dealing with this stuff for a long time. And I've been covering up. Well, I don't have the desire to expose myself anyway, but I've just been extra mindful because people were always trying to have sex with me. So yeah, I don't play that. I'm like, you can be sexy and be dressed. If you see me, you might see my cleavage one day. I might have my legs out one day. I might have my arms out one day. Okay. But I'm dressing in a way that I want to dress, not to expose myself, but because I'm a grown woman and certain things just happen like that. But I learned as a young girl that you cannot do these things. My children, on the other hand, did not have to worry about that because I was and their father, we were very protective of them. They were little girls. They dressed like little girls. They, my boys, I dressed them like little boys. Now that they're older and their body's developing, they starting to get it now. But back then, what you looking at? Even my son, this grown ass woman, I was insulting my son and my nephew. Grown ass woman, oh, how old are you? You handsome. I said, he young, and that's my child. Keep walking. He was 14 then. Get out my son's face before I smack your ass. Oh, you handsome. He sure is. Go the other way. I'm not playing them games with these kids. My son like, oh, mom. Oh, I said, what you grinning for?
Jalen Daniel, mom. She in the way.
Yeah, you are handsome. I call you handsome all the time, too. You should be used to it. I do that because I want you to know that you are handsome and you're smart, though. You're intelligent. That's first.
Right.
And gotta let your kids know.
By these women, anybody telling you these things because you already know that because your mama and your daddy tell you. This ain't nothing new. You grinning because you hearing it from somebody else. Don't get twisted. I smack her ass.
Yeah, man.
There was a short where the little boy, the mother came in and talking about, so you got a girlfriend? He was like, yeah. She was like, no, you don't. She said, I'm your only girlfriend, and them school books your only girlfriend.
Boy,
and
Lord,
when the daddy get home. So when the daddy came in, he was like, so I hear you got a girlfriend, huh? And she was like, yeah. And he shut the door. Like, what she look like? She fine? Yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy. And then he opened the door. He said, and another thing, you don't got no girlfriend. And then he gave the boy the high five, like, yeah. You know, that's the double standard.
Yeah, but that's
then unlike when they son
like
get
that.
hit on. But women, because we women, we know. It was like women can be predators too.
Right.
Women can be trying to snatch your little
blocking
nasty is nasty. If you a man or a woman, ain't that right, David Green?
Yeah. Now I was reading Josh's comment. It said "cop blocking ass."
Yeah. 23. I don't do it now, but when he was younger, definitely big. Cause ain't no grown ass woman about to be touching my son. No, ma'am.
If you know your son is grown, he's 21 now, right?
No, he 22. He'll be 23 this year.
22. What if you brought home a 40-year-old woman?
I would definitely have a conversation with him after I talk to her. Because what you want him for? Sex? I already know what it is. He ain't that smart.
He's young legs.
Leave that baby alone, Weezy.
Smart, but he ain't 40-year-old smart. Okay, what you want him for?
Young legs.
Look, that's how Stella got her groove back.
But she don't need to get her groove back with him. And
then some men need an older woman to help them mature and season them up. At least I know the older woman ain't gonna be trying to take him for his money or misuse him. She gonna try to teach. She gonna use that body.
Okay, about to be 41. This young boy, my son age, tried to holler at me. I said, baby, I'm old enough to be your mother. Where the slip? Don't play.
He'd be like, but you're not my mother, though. But you're not. They don't care.
Your age, and I don't play that. You are a baby to me, and you're gonna stay a baby. Anybody under a certain age is a baby to me. I don't care what you think you can do, you ain't gonna do it over here. Okay? Keep your young ass over there. I ain't got time for that shit.
I'm gonna let my nephew know, leave Weezy alone, man.
But I would rather my son date an older woman than a younger woman. That's just personally me.
You prefer?
I don't care what he date, but I wouldn't be opposed if he was dating an older woman. I wouldn't.
But he's older though.
Yeah, he grown.
Yeah,
that's different. This boy is still in the twos. No, I have a son in the he's about to be 20.
22.
22. Yeah, nah, he's young.
That I can't go get from this man my age, and it's probably better.
Now, what if the girl was 30?
If the girl, for my son?
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't question it as much, but I probably would. But I probably wouldn't question it. I'm like, he's trying to figure himself out. He's trying to do these things. What is it that you want from him? And I'm going to talk to him too, because first of all, hey, we done had these conversations. What is going on? I know you just trying to hit it. But if you ain't serious about her, don't fool with her. Because them women, you and your third, there's a different mind frame and different.
You looking for something else, yeah.
Now, what if your daughters are 22 and the 30-year-old man try to talk to them?
It's gonna be a problem. Like it's a problem. I treat my sons and my daughters the same. I've been telling my son since he was younger, your penis is yours. You are valuable. The same way I tell my daughter, the same way you tell your daughters you're precious. I tell my sons the same thing. You do not have to give everybody your penis. I just told him that a month ago. I said, you don't look, just because you out here and you older, don't mean you ain't got to be spreading the dingling everywhere. Keep it. I don't, Ma, I don't. I'm just letting you know. Ma, you told me that years ago. I don't care. I'm gonna tell you again because now you're older and you have access. handsome young man. So these girls be all over him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
everything,
mine is 32.
everything.
So if a 50-year-old woman came up and talked to mine, well, I guess it's a different because it's a different age, but I still be looking at it like,
Them
yeah.
20s, boy.
But he older, so he can kind of, he's at that age where he can decipher that. That's different. If he was in his 30s, I wouldn't be saying nothing.
Well,
When Weezy's son at the age, he can hit the girl and her mother.
Right. He can.
the girl and her mother. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I can,
Yes, he is. Oh my goodness.
I want the father. I don't want the son. Keep yourself over there. I want your dad. Thank you. Mm-mm. Yeah, but I'm serious. I'm serious about that.
Josh said you putting your kids in moo-moos.
Oh, look.
Josh, you stupid.
Moo-moos. They do have moo-moos. They got nightgowns. They got pajama set. Look.
When Josh said, "Yeah, Rishi, what you want him for?" So you trying to find
Scout said,
when they hold a woman in her 50s. How old are you, Rishi? So you trying to ask?
I'm in my early 50s.
So it's like you asking Weezy what he did a lady in her early 50s. LA saying you what you asking?
No. I look at her son as my son. I don't play that.
Yeah.
Damn right.
I'll be right there with Weezy. Where she live, Reezy? Weezy, where she live? Reezy and Reese and Weezy is Reezy. Reezy be pulling up like.
So
like, she live over there.
Reese, what's the youngest that you would go?
I went 7 years younger than me.
Okay, that's not bad though.
That's because he lied about his age though. I wouldn't have went there.
7 years is not bad.
I wouldn't have went there.
Yes.
That's right.
I wouldn't have went there. That boy knew more about being intimate than I did. I was like, what? So he was a freak. So
that's because he probably been dealing with older women for a long time.
And I didn't even know. I'm like, what?
They will teach you.
So,
but he don't need to learn just yet. He need to sit his ass down.
I was 30.
And I'm 9 years older than my son's mother.
Yeah, but y'all, you in your 30s, right?
I'm 36.
And she in her
27.
Wait a minute. You 10 years older than your baby mama, Molly.
Nah, it's good. You was close though. You almost did.
Yeah, but it's a little bit different because she's later 20s and you're 30s, not 50.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am 50.
You dirty old man.
I'm dirty old man.
You dirty old man, Mom.
I was dealing with
27. What you was dating, Reese? You wouldn't date nobody my age at 27?
At 27?
28, yeah, 27, 28.
Yeah, he was 4 years older than me. Yeah, 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, but not 10.
No,
I was thinking you 40 would have been too old for me.
I was married at 25, so I got married at 20. So I was
25.
married 20. My whole 20s I was married, and most of my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Married. I ain't married now, but I was married then. But
so she was. The Weezy already said that she would have a conversation. If her daughter was 22 and the man was 30, she'd be like, look, sir, that's Molly.
No, but
she was 22.
Yeah, nowhere near that. You can't count, Shaw. I'm gonna help you.
She was 22 and 30 is only 8 years.
Yeah, but at 22, I wouldn't have talked to her when I was 30, probably.
Yeah, because that's still too young. That's still young.
So 22 and 20.
It's like when she was in middle school, you think I'm gonna talk to her when she's 14. You like, well, when she was 13, you was 21. So
how old was she when y'all got together?
26, 27, 26. 27. It's only been a year.
Yeah, just recent. So that's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Josh said Molly looked 20, but his hair about 40.
Everybody think I'll be younger than what it is.
Hey, you do look younger.
I be trying to stay rough. I be purposely staying a little rough. Unless I gotta go out or dress up or something, I get my head done and shit. But then I gotta deal with the bullshit.
That beard.
He
They
talking
would card you everywhere you go.
No, you talking no words. I used to teach kids,
Mm.
so them little girls didn't know I was a fucking teacher at first. I stopped purposely getting even. I let all my stuff grow out when I started coming up there because they really thought I was one of them. They be right beside me saying the wildest stuff, and I was like, "Dog, y'all don't see me?" They be, oh, my bad.
That
Who
Mr. Molly,
you?
Mr. Molly,
What
Mr.
school?
Molly.
One dude asked me, "What school you go to?" I'm like, "What?" Like it be crazy, man. It be man, these kids be big. They be some huge kids. I had one kid, they was like 6'7". I was like, if he cut up, like I don't know what I'm gonna do with this nigga. Like I'm gonna have to beat this dude down.
If he cut up, you just better go tell somebody.
He was a big bully too. He like to mess with all the other kids, and he younger than them. He was good. They didn't have to put him out the program. He just came up there just to joke around, but he was on the basketball team. He was good for some
Yeah, I
school.
seen them. They were still there because they still would come up there. I'm
Yeah,
like, you ain't
but
got no classes here. You got to leave, young man.
yeah, I be looking too young. Like I got
They probably was
nothing.
calling me old bitch. You got to leave. What class you belong to?
Yeah. I hate hearing my daughter, like my daughter with me or my daughter with her mother. They think they sisters. I be like, hold up, man.
Yeah.
Like people see them like, oh, that's they, that's your like, nah, that's my daughter. Like keep your ass over there.
Right. That's
You
how
know?
they always thinking I'm either their aunt or their sister. My son think I'm his sister or his girlfriend.
Let me tell you that my granddaddy, I told y'all we was at the laundromat and this older dude came at me. Now, this is the case right now in Upper Marlboro because of this situation. And it wasn't for my grandfather. The older dude was trying to talk to me at the laundromat. I'm like, no. So I went home. That's when I was living with my cousin, dangerous ass person. And I told her that who the guy was that was trying to holler at me. I did not know that it was one of our friends or whatever mother's boyfriend. And she wouldn't have told her. She was like, Linda said, Mom, Larry up at the damn laundromat trying to holler at Reese. So she come to accost me. We was getting ready to go to out safari that night. I'm bending down, putting my tennis shoes on, tying my tennis shoes up. And she came in my room, and I was like, I'm bending down. I ain't thinking about nothing. She hit me. She sucker punched you as a smack, knocked my glasses off my face, and I was like, what the fuck? Didn't know nothing. Then she pulled out a knife and tried to stab me. If Becky wasn't there that day, I can say the people name because the people are, whatever. You go look at the Upper Marlboro, you'll see the little thing there. And she tried to stab me over some man I didn't even know. But you knew your boyfriend or whoever he is, dirty fucker, was out there messing with people. I'm a young girl. What the fuck do I want that old ass man? But she knew how he was and was going to stab me for him.
That's the problem I had.
That's crazy. That's crazy. See, stuff like that. That's crazy.
I say this.
That's love.
Look, I was 18. I moved out the house early. That ain't no love. That's insanity. You going to cost some little 18-year-old girl because you're stinging ass, and he was married. That wasn't even her man.
Oh, damn.
She was just crazy like that.
Wrong too, coming after you.
Yeah.
Way around, but she was in the wrong too. Look, I say this.
She was in the wrong. That's why I called the police around there. Hold up, bitch. They was like,
call the police. You see that? You called the police.
Yes, I did. Yes, we did.
Called the police.
She tried to stab me. What the fuck? Then she ran out. Oh no, I know who you is. How you gonna try to stab somebody and run out like a Get
some pepper spray next time. Spray her ass.
I'm like, bitch, you crazy? Why your mama trying to stab me?
We trying to say something. I don't know what she said. They keep going on every time.
She said that Larry was trying to talk to you. I'm like, so stab his ass. I'm like, that crazy shit right there. That right there.
Yeah, what I say is, if I'm with you, I'll fight with you, like against people. I'll fight for you, but I'm not gonna fight over you. I don't want nobody.
It wasn't no fight over.
I'm just saying, but
It
that's
was-
what she was doing.
She wasn't fighting me.
Yeah,
I didn't want him. My granddaddy was about to kill his ass.
he fighting over a man.
So I don't your man safe with me. Granddaddy was about to kill him. So I guess she said, well, let me stab you. Since your grandfather about to shoot him, I'm gonna stab you. Was that what it was?
My granddaddy shooting him.
Because he tried to holler at me at the laundromat. And I'm folding clothes. I'm like, no, thank you, sir. No, thank you. So then my grandfather came in. He was like, oh, is this your woman? My grandfather said, woman. This is a child. This is my grandchild. Nigga, I'll kill you. Nigga. He ran up out the laundromat.
Go ahead. Weezy got something to say.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying. I'm just shaking my head.
Grandpa gonna catch a bad.
Yeah, he was. For you messing with it, yes.
But that's the story that I love to hear right there. You called your grandfather because a dude perverted ass tried to talk to you.
I didn't call Granddaddy. Granddaddy was with me at the laundromat.
Granddaddy got his ass and grabbed that dog and he protected you.
Clothes,
yeah, he let you know.
That dude.
I ain't gonna let nobody fuck with my granddaughter. He let not only him, he let everybody know. It wasn't just for him. It was for example to let all these other niggas know too. She got somebody. If y'all play with her, and not only that, you called the police. So you let them know.
The police or that
I will call the police when she put the knife out, right?
Right. That was a separate
instance. You called the police on her ass. You let them know. She try to kill me, you know. So you called the police. That's what people need to do that in them situations. Like they need. I don't care what. It ain't got to be over no dude. It can be just a random dude trying to talk to you. Let your granddaddy know. And then he got eyes on him. So or your father, whoever, your stepdaddy, whoever the man around at the time. Even if somebody in the neighborhood y'all trust that's like an uncle. We had a lot of them in the neighborhood. I didn't know he wasn't my uncle until I got older. Like, even my real uncle? It's like, nah. I'm like, shit. I've been calling him Uncle Mitch the whole time.
I was supposed to be though, Molly.
But the grandfather, I didn't tell nobody. I was just hoping the man go away. My grandfather, we was washing clothes. And my grandfather came back and said, like, you still folding it? Then the man himself said, oh, is this your thing? Oh, that's why you would talk to my grandfather. Said, what? What? Didn't even say because I know he would go off. And he was like, Nick, if you don't get your ass.
So you saying you wouldn't have told your grandfather and none of this would have happened because if your grandfather went in there, you wouldn't have said nothing. You basically would have let it went.
He would have went. We're at the laundromat.
That girl would have pulled up, put that thing in.
And he just was talking and I'm ignoring him. And I'm like this. And then when my grandfather came in, the guy was like, oh, that's why you ignore me because that's your man. And my grandfather made it clear, like I'm her granddaddy, and I will put a
this is her granddaddy. This is her granddaddy.
And he ran up out of that laundromat. Larry bit that damn corner. You should have saw him. He was like, oh.
Yeah, I like that, man.
That old dude, and we got to end up. He said, nigga, I'll kill it. I'm like, oh no, granddaddy. I'm like, oh no.
But you know, Reese, listen. Predators go after boys and girls who don't have a father or a strong male figure around.
Yep.
Will watch you to see the protector. If you're protected, if somebody around, they will do that. So he didn't see nobody with you. He assumed you was by yourself until your grandfather came. And even if it's with the mothers, if the child has a mother, because a lot of kids don't live with their dad, or sometimes they with their mother. So if the mother's there and they notice that the mother don't play, they like watchful and all that stuff, they won't mess with them. But if they see it's a child always by themselves, they see that they don't have no protection, they will go after them. That's what happens. That's what happened to me. My parents never came with us. They were always with me, my siblings. Always. Always with me. People thought they were my kids. And it was us in the house. They thought they were my kids. I'm like, no, these are my brothers and sisters. But because it was always us, where was my dad? Either at work or in the house. Where was my mother? At home. If she was working, then she was at work. That's how they do. They look for that. So your grandfather was your protector. He didn't see him. That's why he came at you like that. The minute your grandfather said something, he was like, oh, no. I can't bother her. Your grandpa should have whooped his ass.
His grandfather was going to shoot him. He ran about the laundromat.
Mm-hmm.
He hauled ass. And then I didn't even know who he was. And I was telling the story to my cousin, right? That's when I was 18. I was moved out the house. And it was me and my cousin living together. I was telling her. And she's told it to another girlfriend. But the girlfriend that she told it to knew exactly who it was because he do that all the time. And that was her mother's, aka fake boyfriend. They didn't nobody ask me or say anything to me. Next thing I know, I'm tying on my shoe, getting my glasses slapped off my face, and about to get stabbed up. And Becky wasn't there to push her. When they saw that, Becky jumped up. She had a knife in her hand, and I didn't see shit. I'm looking down like, bitch, what's wrong with you? You don't slap my glasses. She was about to stab me or slice me. And Becky pushed her back up against the wall. She ran out the house. I'm like, police, wait a minute. This old ass somebody's mother. Old ass lady, I'm 18 and she was in her 40s or 50s then. I'm like, wait a minute. I ain't about to fight. No, somebody mama's trying to stab me.
Mm-hmm. They ain't playing about hers.
And I didn't even know. Look, first of all, you can have hers. That was old ass man. He's old ass man.
Old ass man, they be having that money. These young joints be going.
No, he should have left me alone when I ignored him. When you started looking down, like, please don't say nothing to me. And you just like, oh no. And I'm sitting there folding up the towel shit. Girl, they come up and say, you still folding up towels? Then he goes, oh, that's why. We was like,
yeah,
what?
you like, oh, that's why you ignoring me. That's your dude over here. Because you can easily say, no, I'm good. I'm like, cool. Keep it moving. But you ignore me the whole time.
I ignored him, Molly. Like, get away from me.
Yeah.
Get away from me. He was like, oh, get away from me.
Like, I got it.
Away from me.
Yeah, it was like, no, just get away from me. In my mind, just like, get away from me. Get away from me. You know, it was just like, I was like Rain Man then. Get away from me. Just get away from me. Get away from me. And it just creeped me out. And I was 18, and he gave me the willies.
He tried to give you his willie. That's what
Okay,
I
didn't want it.
Off here, y'all. I love y'all. I will see y'all later.
Yeah, we about to end the show. Is there any good thing you got going on, Weezy? Coming up good? With Rock Nation, I heard Rock saying he does. Look,
yeah, we just
look. Where my scene? Don't forget to book my script.
Wrapped up 2 short films. So we about to have that coming out, and I don't know if we're gonna do a red carpet event. I'll definitely let y'all know. As far as anything else going on, nope, just living. Just trying to.
But tell Rock, don't forget me because I ain't in anyone.
Tune into the show
Yeah.
where the vibes heat
Oh,
up.
show about
The
this
morning
fucker.
man got the flow.
You know me.
Let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew.
yeah.
From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the
David
show
Green.
where
Yeah.
You a CEO. Make sure you get that baby back before you fall asleep with him.
Oh, they left. Yeah, they left.
Oh,
they got love.
He's adorable. So a lot of fun, David. Show at Mizzo.
Coming up.
July 4th. Yep, July 4th.
That's a holiday, ain't it?
Yep.
I Young Woo, ILA, my boy Chow Bow.
Hey, Josh, that was a little messed up what you did on Facebook.
Nah, what he do now? What he do?
On the show last week, he did like a clip or something. No, he said this is the reason why his name is Funny Man Green, and took a couple clips where I said something that wasn't funny, And then had like had SpongeBob and them like, oh, he sucks.
Oh, he wrong. Okay, that's where we at. We coming back. I'm about to pull all the LA clips when he ain't making no funny jokes, and I'm gonna edit it over. I got you. He won the first round. We coming back. He started it. It's a war now.
LA, you hear that? Molly,
Yeah, he's spreading content.
Molly throwing down the gauntlet on you, LA. But David laughing. David, you the cause. Molly be like, oh, you messing with my man? I'm gonna get you, LA. David laughing. You know your little brother Molly gonna get in there and jump in the fight.
I'm gonna switch it up. We're gonna have this LAPD patch, but it's gonna have LAJP on it, you know. Nigga fizz, y'all. Now I gotta see it though. We're gonna share that tomorrow. That's gonna be so fun. Peace, y'all.